The following is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
8 out of the 16 playoff spots in the Ontario Hockey League are spoken for. As the Saginaw Spirit and the Sudbury Wolves close out their season series against one another, the points get more and more important. They both want to make sure that they've got a seat to the dance come March. Hi, everybody. We welcome you inside the Dow Event Center, up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. My name's Dylan Clark. Jack Steinweiss will join us later on in the broadcast, and time is of the essence here for these two hockey clubs. The Sudbury Wolves, 14 games left in the regular season, including tonight. Saginaw, 13 left, and they're in similar positions, though they do play in different conferences. We'll take a look at the numbers here between Saginaw and Sudbury. The Wolves, of course, picked up a victory back on November the 15th against Saginaw. A 2-1 win back in Sudbury. This will be the final time that these two teams meet. The Wolves, 8th place in the OHL's Eastern Conference. They come into this game winners of 3 out of their last 4 back-to-back victories against the Brampton Steelheads and the Niagara Ice Dogs. Saginaw has stumbled a little bit as of late. Back-to-back losses to the Windsor Spitfires. They sit in 7th place in the OHL's Western Conference. But for the Sudbury Wolves, if they want to continue their winning ways, one player may stand out above the others as far as helping them do it. Adam Nemec, 21 points in 17 games since arriving from HK Nitra over in Slovakia. 3 points last night, or 2 in their most recent game against the Niagara Ice Dogs. 3 points in the game before that. 3 assists against the Brampton Steelheads back on February the 13th. 21 points in 17 games since arriving in the Ontario Hockey League for the number 29th ranked prospect internationally before he came over here to North America. And Nikita Klepov from Russia came over to North America similarly, 75 points in 54 games. That's 2 off the league lead. He leads rookie scorers, and since NHL Central Scouting put out their midterm ranking of North American skaters, Klepov ranked 16th on that list. He's got 25 points since January the 16th. No draft-eligible player has a better resume in that span, and that's third most in the entire OHL since January the 16th. Klepov back in action. Certainly a standout player here in this hockey game, to be sure. Chris Lasry looking to get his team back in the win column, and he'll have to do it without a couple of standout defensemen. We'll take a break, but Spirit Bench Boss talks about the blue line coming up after this here on Coach's Corner, and your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh & Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh & Associates. Retirement made clear.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner on this Thursday night as the Saginaw Spirit gets set to take on the Sudbury Wolves for the final time this year. Joined again by Spirit head coach Chris Lasry, and coach on the back end, no Josh Glavin, no James Go. Those are two of your top four defensemen out right there. Just what does that mean for your blue line tonight?
Means opportunity, really. Like, Kid Sienko will come back up, play his first game in quite a while. I'm excited to see how he does, and then everybody else slotted into opportunities maybe they wouldn't have, but for where we're at right now, good evaluation of our guys, and there is some guys that have wanted more here for a while. They're going to get it. We'll see what they do.
And for Caden Sienko, a unique opportunity. Hasn't played here to this point in the season, but 21 games last year between the regular season and playoffs. It's not exactly like a league debut, but it's been a long time. So what are some of the challenges he's going to see after being in the GOHL all year?
Just the speed. I think he's had a really good year down there. We sent him there to develop. Like, he needed to get ice time and touches, and he wasn't going to get that with the current state of our roster. He's had a really good year. He needs to come in here now and translate that. Everything's going to happen a little bit quicker. But like you said, he has games in the league, so I'm hoping after the first, like, his sights readjust, everything becomes normal, and he can just play. But we're going to keep him here through the week until we find out the status of Gozy. He's kind of day-to-day. We're not looking to push anything at this time of the year, so he's going to get a good shot here over the next 3 games to play.
Nikita Klepov, another Rookie of the Week performance. But aside from rookies, 2 points off the league lead in points right now. What does Klepov have to do here over the last month? Just, is that league scoring title maybe, is that in his sights right now?
Yeah, I think he's got to score. At the end of the day, I talk about it more than he does to him because I want him to get it. I want him, like, for me, I'm looking at a player like that. Can he win the league scoring title? Can he win Rookie of the Year? Like, I want our guys individually to have a lot of success. I've told them, I want you to get that title the right way. It's not about hanging out and cheating and cherry picking and do what you've done to this point, which is play the game the right way for the remaining 13 games, and hopefully it bounces your way. Either if it doesn't, like, it's still an impressive year for a 17-year-old kid to be at that point in the scoring race, and it's the second year in a row we've had a pony in the race. I'd love to see our guy get it.
And last meeting with the Sudbury Wolves here this season, 2-1 game back in November. Rosters look a good bit different here at this point, but what do you remember about that matchup, and what do you expect from Sudbury here tonight?
Yeah, they play hard, like really good coach team. They compete extremely hard. They're fighting like us on the East, kind of in the same spot, so I'm expecting a lot. Both teams are missing a couple of players. We're in West Min mode, it feels like we go day by day around here, but this is going to be a good game, and we're going to get Sudbury's best, and I'm looking forward to watching our guys kind of bounce back after a tough game to see what they can do.
Of course, thanks as always. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lasry, Saginaw against the Sudbury Wolves tonight. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today. Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Joey Bremer starts out here for the Wolves with Blake Clayton at center and Ethan Dean on the right side. Artem Gonchar, the New York Rangers prospect, on the back end with Gavin Ewells. It'll be Paulo Frasca between the pipes here for the Wolves. Third defensive pairing and third forward line will start out for head coach Scott Barney. And for Chris Lazary and the Saginaw Spirit, again, down two key defensemen. Brody Popoy, Carson Harmer, and Jacob Kluche start out up front. The third pair, Blake Barnes and Drew Roscoe on the blue line. It'll be Stepan Shurigan again between the pipes. Your starting lineups brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. One more break. We will bring things back to Saginaw. It is Billet Appreciation Night. We'll recognize the Billet families that make major junior hockey here in Saginaw possible. That, national anthems, and puck drop coming up next.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluche scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Zilkin. It'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Zilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Trace
Kelly, Liam, and Ellie Hendrick. Opening their door for Spirit player number 88, Ryan Hanrahan. Sue and Mike Calendike. And Spirit player number 4, Levi Harper. Rebecca, John, and Jack Coltveld. And Spirit player number 11, Drew Roscoe. Chris and Michelle Little. And Spirit player number 10, Uri Rausha. Kevin, Michelle, and Hannah Mays, who have opened their door for number 30, Brian Rathwell. Melinda and Mike McGovern. Helping us out with number 5, Josh Glavin, and number 72, Blake Barnes. Jeremy Morris, Rebecca Delancey, and Andrew, Tyler, and Parker Morris. Billets for number 8, Brody Najim. Dave and Shelly Petoskey. Billet home for number 63, Stepan Shurigan, and number 98, Nikita Klepov. Terry, Cindy, Tyler, Lucas, and Logan Sampson. We've opened their doors for number 14, Igor Barabanov. Kevin Smiley and Kristen Nelson. We've opened their doors to number 71, Dima Zhilkin. Sarah, Jeff, Ethan, Cooper, and Sloan Tackberry. We've opened their doors for number 9, Graydon Jones, and number 31, Caleb Papineau. Laura, Jason, and Vaughn Trombley. We welcome into their home number 62, Brody Papoy. We would also like to give a special thanks to these folks who are also important members of our Village families, including Danny Evans, DJ and Julie DeBlasi, Marcus, Megan, Jaden, and Nolan Osana, Andre, Beth, Savannah, and Asher Rodriguez. And finally, Jeff, Nicole, Jace, and Jet Turner. Thank you all. Spirit Village families, we are so grateful for your support and commitment. How about a nice hand for these awesome families? Fan Century 21 of the Saginaw Spirit are proud to bring you tonight's national anthem ceremony. So will you please rise and focus your attention on the Canadian American flags? And may we suggest that you please remove your caps as we welcome Charles Allen to perform tonight's national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Whoa, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Charles Allen with the national anthems here inside the Dow Event Center. Saginaw and Sudbury for the last time here this season. We'll take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight's game, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. For the Sudbury Wolves, Paulo Frasca. Free agent signing of Sudbury out of the Victoria Grizzlies in the BCHL at a .939 save percentage there. When the Wolves picked him up, he pulled out the victory in his Wolves debut back on December the 19th. He also got their most recent win. Back-to-back starts here for him. Back-to-back wins coming into this, his third consecutive start, of course. 5-5 in his time as a Sudbury Wolf, .913 save percentage. Stepan Shurigan, of course, still the busiest man in the Ontario Hockey League. Game number 48 for him on the season. 2,700 minutes, nearly 1,400 saves. Nobody's got more. Was pulled in his most recent game in Windsor, looking for a clean slate here tonight. 3.72 goals against, 890 save percentage for the young man out of Samara, Russia. Your officials for tonight's game brought to you by WNEM TV5. Matt Nickel and Nicholas Bett, the referees. Brandon Flood and Brendan Barletta will have the lines here on this Thursday night. Dylan Clark alongside Jack Snevice. Jack, good to see you again. Good to see some hockey back here in the Dow Event Center. Two teams with a really important week of hockey. The playoffs, not yet a guarantee for either one of them.
Yeah, and that's what you're looking for in a game like this. You have the high-end talent. You have the top lines. Really excited to dive into the likes of Nemec and Barabanov and Klepov and Chauvin. But who's going to step up lines 2, 3, and 4 for these teams? A couple of players out of both lineups, but you mentioned it, partner. Points are a premium this time of year. The playoff push is on. It should be a great night of hockey here in Saginaw on a Thursday night.
Back and forth in the neutral zone we go after our Delta College opening face-off. Klutze, Harmer, and Popoy start out here for the Spirit. Clayton gets back to the Sudbury bench. Their third line already hopping off for a line change. Jacob Klutze, the Winnipeg Jets 7th rounder, tosses it back to Blake Barnes. Ramped up the near side, angled in by Brody Popoy, or perhaps not. It goes down for an icing in our first stoppage. 38 seconds here into period number 1.
We mentioned it, third line already over the boards for the Sudbury Wolves. Coming in 3 of their last 4 victorious, trying to sweep the season series against the Spirit this year as they hang on to the 8th spot out of the Eastern Conference, trying to fight their way up. Kingston just 6 points ahead of them for number 7.
Saginaw 3 straight victories against the Wolves here on home ice. 18-4 all time. Got a little bit more here on the far side of this face-off circle. Blake Barnes will get a talking to. Gavin Ewells will as well. Check that. Adam Nemec. Saginaw wins the D-zone face-off. Drew Roscoe back for Blake Barnes and then up where it can be deflected by Jacob Klutze. Saginaw has avoided the icing. Brody Popoy climbs the wall. Drew Roscoe follows after him. Odell pressures Roscoe down below the goal line. Gens Ula is there, and met by Saginaw's Nikita Klepov. Nemec is on this here for the Sudbury Wolves, and he flips it ahead. Almost a headman pass picked up by the overager Chase Coughlin. Coughlin to the corner boards. Chauvin tries to lift the stick of Brody Popoy. He can't get untied. This, at least part of the third line. Brody Popoy's been out for a while. Drew Roscoe still has not gotten off yet for a line change here in this opening portion of the game. And Levi Harper can pull the puck free here for the Spirit. Leading rookie defenseman scorer here for the Ontario Hockey League. Harper, though, it's given away. Chauvin, look at backdoor. Can't be put home by Chase Coughlin. The pass was too far behind him. He had a wide open net and a lot of time there. This is Klepov coming back the other way. No chance on the wraparound, but the centering feed for Zhilkin. Fanned off the toe of his stick and up over behind the glass where Harper will keep it in at the left point. Levi Harper, blocker save made by Paulo Frasca. Heavy check there. Dima Zhilkin got the shoulder up on Vladimir Provorov. They'll pick themselves up off the ice. Igor Barabanov tries to find an area. He'll have to go between the legs of his teammate, and he's taken down on the tripping call. So some interesting action here to start this game. 17:52 to go in the first, and Saginaw to their first IBEW Local 557 power play tonight.
Yeah, pretty physical and chippy for two teams who only see each other twice a year. Pretty clear cut by Provorov there. Bounced up nicely from that reverse hit from Dima Zhilkin. But now a big matchup in this game. The Saginaw power play against the Sudbury penalty kill. The second best penalty kill on the road in the OHL this season for Sudbury. It's been one of their strongest assets of their game. When you have Barabanov and Klepov on your top power play unit of the year they're having.
Well, we got a penalty here right off the face-off and an interference call. That is going to send Jacob Klutze to the box. So 2 seconds on that first power play chance here for Saginaw, and that's it.
I was just talking about how lethal that Sudbury penalty kill is, and they did a great job on that one.
Does that count?
But you see it right there. Set play, Klutze just got in a little bit on the hands of Henderson there. Good job by the officials catching that one as it was a slow-moving puck back to Zhilkin. So it does count, but certainly Saginaw would have liked a better look on the power play. Now we basically go 2 minutes, 4-on-4, a lot of open ice. Not quite 3-on-3 like we've seen at the Olympics, but should be some exciting stuff here in the next couple.
Nikita Klepov with open ice at 4-on-4. Wanted to pull that one through the triangle on Artem Gonchar. Klepov and Gonchar battle on the near boards. Nemec sees it pulled away by Barabanov. And a stick lift there. We'll see that puck out to center ice, but still in Spirit control. Barabanov back for Dima Zhilkin. Nice little slip to get around Nemec. Zhilkin tries to weave in still. Poked away there by Chauvin. And this puck lifted back out in front of the Spirit bench. It'll bounce there. Levi Harper's got 2 Wolves on him. Nemec will steal and head for the net. And that one stopped by Shurgin. And a big-time hit as Zhilkin comes on through and lays the body back in behind the net. Shurgin makes the stop. Nearly 3 minutes gone in this first period. And Jack, you continue to be more right. A lot of physicality here in this first 3 minutes.
Yeah, certainly. Good hit there by Zhilkin to finish the play. But interesting look there from Coach Lazar. You got 3 forwards out there. It's only 4-on-4. And you saw a little bit of a misstep there. Harper was looking for someone to pass to, and all 3 were headed up ice, leading to the odd man chance for the Wolves, and a good job by Shurigan. The OHL leader in saves this season, as you mentioned pregame, partner, has been busy all year long. His first real second test, I should say, after that chance backdoor to Chauvin earlier.
38 saves for Shurigan against Sudbury back on November the 15th in what was a 2-1 loss to the Wolves, but Shurigan gave Saginaw a chance, third star of the game that night. This is Jones back up for Blake Barnes. About halfway through the 4-on-4. It'll be a quite brief Sudbury power play once they get their man Provorov back out of the box. Right now this puck is back in behind the Sudbury net. Goaltender Paulo Frasca with the goal stick out, trying to prevent the pass in front. It comes up the far side boards instead. Barnes turned it on and off the Sudbury stick. This will be bumped back out to center. Blonda backhands it across. Berhofsky down the right side. Has the pressure there from Ryan Hanrahan. Throws it in front off a couple of bodies. Settled down. Blonda turning shot. And left pad save is made by Shurigan. Blake Barnes has Berhofsky on him. Jones slipped back in front. Ryan Hanrahan. First round pick by the Spirit this year. Motors on through center ice. Wolves get a line change. Hanrahan the stick pick to keep things moving for Jensen Geldart. Opens up at the top of the zone. Geldart tries to dive down the left wing board. Sent it back up high. This is Hanrahan. A shot to the net. Gets through. And that's guided to the corner by Paulo Frasca. Back the other direction. Gens Ula came back on through in that Peterborough trade at the deadline. Throws a backhanded pass now for Henderson. Right point shot turned out by the pads of Shurigan. He was able to see that puck all the way through. Out of the box is Provorov. Soon to follow, Jacob Kluche. He's back on the ice. And got to make sure you got everything out of the penalty box before you can make a play on that puck. We've seen it not often, but we have seen it before. The temptation to play the puck with one of the skates still back in the penalty box. Here's a chance. Carson Harmer, the nifty hands, but Artem Gonchar was there with a defensive stick. And he's got it back in behind the Sudbury net. 4.5 gone here in the first period. 3 shots to 1 in favor of Sudbury. Nobody's found the back of the net just yet. Gonchar back in behind the Wolves goal again. Outlet pass up the left side. Picked up by Kostic. Thrown towards the middle. Here's a chance and a save made by Stepan Shurigan. That one came off the stick of Joey Bremer. Shurigan will hang on. Bremer and Kluche will do battle here in the blue crease. Nothing more after that. I don't believe we'll see Jacob Kluche making another quick trip to the penalty box. 15-11 left in the first.
And you can tell just how important this game is for these two teams starting off their weekend here tonight in Saginaw. Knowing how important these points are for both sides, even or despite being in separate conferences, how hard everyone's crashing the net, how hard everyone's playing to the whistle. Sure, again, another big save there as Sudbury out in front in the shot department, 4-1 so far.
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday for both teams this weekend. Saginaw, all of those at home, of course. Sudbury, Flint on Saturday, and then they'll go visit the London Knights on Sunday afternoon. This is back in behind the Sudbury goal. And handled by Levi Harper, top of the zone. The exchange is there for Valeris. Sends a shot into traffic, deflected in front by Carson Harmer, and located through all of that by the netminder Frasca. Good tip, better save.
Well, if you watched the U.S.-Canada women's gold medal game earlier, you know how important those shots from the point can be. It was Hillary Knight for the U.S. with the deflection to tie things up for the Americans. It was Carson Harmer right there, who Saginaw is looking for a little bit more out of from him. How great of a player he was a year ago. A great deflection right there to try and get on the score sheet. Just 2 points his last 11 for Harmer. But a lot of talent there, and if they can find a way to get him and Kluche going yet again, you certainly have to feel pretty good about your chances of Saginaw, if you're Saginaw, into making the playoffs. Maybe making a little bit of noise.
There's a discussion right now of personnel on the Sudbury bench. Nicholas Bett, the referee, is over there having a conversation with Sudbury head coach Scott Barney. They've sent Gavin Ewells back over the wall. He's on for this face-off. Sudbury wins it, flips the puck out to center. And then dumps it back in behind the net of Stepan Shurgin. He won't get a chance to play the puck as it'll be stolen. Adam Nemec back in behind the net. Jan Chauvin follows on as well. Takes the shoulder from Valeris. Nemec back in front. Good active stick there by Nikita Klepov. Gets things back the other direction. And Dimas Jokin will pursue here back in behind the Sudbury net. Hudson Martin. Nemec up the near side and reverses. Ewell sees that go by, and there's 71 in blue again. Forcing the issue on the forecheck. Wolves will get this all the way out. They might pick up an icing here, and they will. 14-11 left in the first. And the tempo from Saginaw, well, it looks like it secured themselves at least an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, aggressive forecheck out of the gate here for the Spirit. Hasn't translated to a whole lot in front of the net quite yet. Paulo Frasca, just the 2 shots he's faced so far, but I like that approach, especially when that top line's out there. They can do some damage, as you know, every time they're on the ice.
Barabanov to take this face-off. No surprise, Saginaw trying to tilt the ice a little bit more aggressively early. 7-0 it was until the final minute of that game on Monday afternoon against the Windsor Spitfires. Brody Papoy finds the back of the net, but I'd like to be on the other side of that scoreline if possible. This puck flipped out and kept alive for a moment there by Blake Barnes. Chauvin is on him. Coughlin ties up as well. Barabanov reaching in, but it'll finally be pulled away by Gavin Ewells. Sent to his defensive counterpart, Hudson Martin. Up through center ice, it ramps up and into the crowd. Out of play. 13:55 to go here in the first period. 4 shots to 2. Sudbury in the lead there, but nobody's found the score sheet just yet. We're back in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. No score here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Sudbury Wolves. Stepan Shurgin, 48th game of action here this season. Faceoff comes at center after the puck deflected out of play. And it is our Billet Appreciation Night here inside the Dow Event Center. The Billet family is here for all these Spirit players who were honored prior to the game, among a handful of others. But on the tip of the cap as well goes to Spirit Assistant General Manager Brian Prout. He is the orchestrator of the whole Billet system here in Saginaw. Works tirelessly to make sure that the families and players are all working together and pulling in the right direction. So a little tip of the cap to Spirit AGM Brian Prout there as this is fired back in behind Paulo Frasca. In around the far wall. Blake Barnes taps it underneath. Gensula tries to pull the puck away from Liam Storch. Saginaw dresses 12 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight. Sudbury, an odd man break. Barahowski to the backside. Here's Eula, that one thrown back into the corner. And after all of the collision, a stoppage and a penalty here. 13-15 and a tripping call. We'll see the penalty box door swing open again. Sawyer Schmidt will sit down here. Just that stick onto the left skate on Gensula. Another power play chance this time. At least it has the opportunity to be a full 2 minutes.
And this is the matchup I really had circled coming into this one. Saginaw 20th in the league in the penalty kill percentage at home. Sudbury 19th on the road. Something's got to give here. Struggling power play, struggling penalty kill. Will be a very interesting matchup as the game goes on.
Sawyer Schmidt, 2 for tripping. Chauvin poked at by Bodie Stewart. That pass too far ahead, but returned up the boards to Provorov and gunned down the ice by Saginaw's Barabanov. Don Chauvin makes sure that stick is still in one piece as he comes back through the neutral zone. Artem Gonchar out to try and lay things off the boards. Adam Nemec up through center, weaves his way through, gets a little whack there by Bodie Stewart, and this one turned back around. Chauvin there in the near side boards. Got the line by Gonchar. Back looking for Chauvin. Nemec reaching in as well. It'll be swatted up and out of play off the stick of Graydon Jones. 1:22 left here on the penalty to Sawyer Schmidt. We've not yet seen Caden Cienko here for the Spirit. He is back in the lineup, making his season's debut in the absence of Josh Glavin and James Go. Off the face-off, Gonchar controls on the power play here for Sudbury. Chauvin, pressure from Roscoe up high. Gonchar sends it down low. It skips over Nemich's stick. Xander Valeris back in behind the Saginaw net. Gets some help, and Igor Barabanov does the rest of the legwork to clear things down halfway through the Sawyer Schmidt call.
And they're really trying to force it to the near side circle for Jan Chauvin. 12 power play goals out of his 20 on the season. That's fourth in the OHL. Got a lethal shot, knows how to use it, and a big reason why the Sudbury power play comes in right at the middle of the pack, 20% on the season.
Provorov from his own end. Fakes the drop-off to get away from Nikita Klepov and just continues the circle. Garahowski gets back to the bench. So does Gonchar. So two more Wolves hop on the ice here. They've got 30 seconds left to do something here on their second power play of the game, though it is truly their first full one. Luca Blonda dumps this in on the back end. 12th overall pick in 2024 by the Wolves. And Dima Zhilkin, 19th overall pick that year, will send it down the ice. Blonda again. Speed down the right side. Carter Kostic fanned on the dump in. So the Wolves are offside, and Chase Coughlin grabs a hold of Jacob Kluche. Does not appreciate the little whack there coming across the blue line. 9 seconds left on the penalty kill. Saginaw's second Stormaster Exteriors PK of the game.
And really good effort by Coach Lazary's penalty kill here for the first true penalty kill of the game. They have not let Sudbury get set up in any capacity. Don't even believe there's been a shot on goal so far. So that's a good response here early in this game. You're getting outshot. The chances are in front of your own net right now. Now can you tilt the ice coming out of the penalty, gain a little bit of momentum down there potentially, and try and get some answers the other way in front of Frasca.
Blonda from center. Dumps it back in. Stefan Shurigan smacks it down with the goal stick. 20th power play or penalty kill in the Ontario Hockey League for Saginaw, but they've survived this one. They're back at even strength. And this is flipped back out to center ice. Blonda through the pursuit of Jacob Kluche for Gens Ula. Off the glass and away from the impending check of Carson Harmer, though Jacob Kluche now offside. And the swats continue back and forth here with Blonda and Kluche. Gens Ula's got a thing or two to say about that, down to 10:58 here in this first period. Jacob Kluche looking to get back under the skin a little bit more here of these Sudbury Wolves. 35 points in 52 games here in his sophomore OHL season, his sophomore full season. Of course, Kluche got 4 games in back in the 2023-24 season. Down with Carson Harmer and Brody Popoy, as has been the case for the majority of this season to this point. Looking to snap a 3-game goal drought is Kluche. We'll send this puck back into the Sudbury zone. As Lazary has said many times, and Kluche's teammates as well have said that he's at his best when he's in the mix as far as the chirps and the physicality after the whistle go. So we'll see what's in store here tonight. As Dean sends it down the near wall. Popoy is on it for Saginaw. He takes a check. Levi Harper tries to advance it. Kluche absorbs a hit and gets the puck out to center. It's dumped back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Valeris has 2 Wolves on him. Clayton, heavy check to close off Valeris. That puck not on the tape of Popoy. He goes back and picks it up. And this is Levi Harper. There for Kluche. Finds the late net. Popoy, this shot blocked on its way through by Hudson Martin and gotten down the ice about halfway through this first period here for an icing. One of the better opportunities here in this first frame for the Spirit.
That was a fearless block by Martin, too. He saw Popoy, the trailer, last minute, and he did not even flinch. Was prepared to eat that one by any means necessary. You get an icing out of it, but you prevent a high-danger chance at the top of the slot. Just stood there and took it.
Offensive zone face-off upcoming here for the Spirit. Jensen Geldart, Bodie Stewart, and Ryan Hanrahan. This one guided up off the glass and out to center ice. A skipping puck that gets past Blake Barnes. No icing. Barnes through center, leads the charge. The pass, picked up by Bodie Stewart, moved to Drew Roscoe. Little shift to the inside, then down to the goal line. This is Jensen Geldart, taken into the wall by Gavin Ewells. Ryan Hanrahan tries to pull it out, but he's taken into the boards by Chauvin. The loose puck taken by Sudbury's Gavin Ewells, but back to the boards they go. 3 against 2. Sudbury, the manpower advantage in the corner. Ryan Hanrahan trying to upset the scales that way. Geldart trying to pitchfork that puck free, but nobody can really move it too far. Mac Nickel, the referee, looked like he considered blowing the whistle, but play will keep going. Nemec will steal away from Ryan Hanrahan, and a nice outlet pass onto the stick of Chauvin. Does not have any puck support, but has managed to protect it himself. Off the stick of Saginaw's Geldart, given right back. Chauvin knifed away, picked up by Sudbury's Ewells. A shot into traffic, deflected over Shurigan and into the glass. And Bodie Stewart is there to recover. 11 minutes gone here in the first. 5 shots to 2. Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters shots on goal, and the Wolves offside here. And Chauvin thought we had a pretty nice 2-on-1 going back the other direction. 8:53 to go in the first.
Taking a little bit of time, it feels like. These two teams still trying to figure out each other's games. You haven't seen each other in a couple of months. You don't play each other that often. Sometimes this is the case, especially when you kick off a weekend. Now you're just looking to do all the little things right. You're trying to win the puck battles. You're trying to get pucks in deep. Establish your forecheck any way you can, because it could be the little things that lead to scoring opportunities.
Puck to the corner. Doucette throws a shoulder against Xander Valeris. Nikita Klepov is taken down by Provorov. The battle continues. Klepov back up. He'll look to make this play up to Dima Zhilkin. The return pass on the backhand through the air is onto the stick of Artem Gonchar. Up the near side, Provorov. And another board battle here as Zhilkin flips to the middle. Doucette on it here for Sudbury. Barhowski into the offensive zone. He twists in. Sends it rink wide. The shot by Provorov deflected on its way through. Shurigan's on it. A little bit more after the fact. Xander Valeris will wrap up in front of his captain, Dima Zhilkin. Down to 8:15 here in the first period. 14 games left in the regular season, including tonight for Sudbury. 13 left, including tonight here for the Saginaw Spirit. Many, with the obvious exception of tonight, coming up against divisional opponents. Sarnia on Saturday. And the team above them in the OHL's Western Conference standings, the Guelph Storm, waiting for them on Sunday. Points mean quite a bit more at this time of year. This one gotten back out to center. Gonchar on it for the Wolves. Turned back in from center ice by Blake Clayton. Pursued back in the corner. Joey Bremer will see that given away. Brody Papoy now up for Carson Harmer. Long toss into the corner. Off the bounce, there's Kluchik. Trying to duck under the shoulder there from Artem Gonchar. Harmer follows on. Brody Papoy, the one that comes away with the puck. Now Graydon Jones, left point walking to the middle. Slides, and there's Caden Sienko. A shot to the net, deflected by Kluchik. The rebound chance off the scramble is gloved and held by Paolo Frasca. And a headlock ends up on the back of the net between Blonda and Saginaw's Carson Harmer. And it's lasting quite a while right now. Jacob Kluchik and Ethan Dean with the stare down on the other side of the net. Finally, Blonda and Harmer are untied from one another. 7:38 left in this first period.
Good effort there by Caden Sienko as well. As you mentioned, first game back with the team this year. 3 assists plus 4 in 18 games a season ago in the regular season. It's the little things, right? Just talked about. Get pucks on net. Harmer was going at it. And him and Blonda kept going at it. And sometimes things like that, the funniest little bounces can lead to scoring opportunities. Both these teams looking for something to spark the offense here. Mid stages of the first period.
Carson Harmer off that face-off. Back to Levi Harper. Near side, Valeris in the dot. Takes his shot. Good save made by Paulo Frasca. The rebound dancing around. It ends up on the boards. And Harper rolls over. One hand on the stick to keep it alive. Brody Papoy into the face-off circle again. That one will be deflected up and out of play. 7:18 here in this first period. Sienko just called up this morning. Back on the bench right now, but called up from the Chatham Maroons, Saginaw's Junior B affiliate in the GOHL. 23 points in 34 games there. Sienko, of course, the academic player of the year in the Ontario Hockey League as well. Last season, as far as the high school players go. Barabanov, Zhilkin, and Klepov return here for the Spirit. Zhilkin threatening to be a 30-goal scorer, 29 on the season. Klepov, the first rookie to 30. He's got 31 on the year. Barabanov not too far behind at 25. Well, it doesn't look like Igor Barabanov will be able to take this face-off. So the responsibility falls to the captain. Puck won by Zilkin to the boards. Wolves will take it away. Gets out off the right skate of Levi Harper. Lost his stick. Tries to keep things alive. Barabanov taken into the wall by Gens Ula. And Levi Harper finally has his stick again. Got a chance to catch up with Levi Harper, talking about the season that he's had. We'll come back with that in the first intermission. Also hear from Spirit General Manager Dave Drinkel about his standout rookie blue liner. Puck up the near wall. Martin braces for contact there with Xander Valeris. Stepan Shurigan on the dump in. Back around. This is Nikita Klepov. Hit by Coughlin. Puck picked up now by Dima Zilkin. He's got speed through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Poked away. Good defensive step by Gavin Ewells. Otherwise, 71 might have had a good track to the net. This one goes off a shin guard at center. Coughlin has it down the right wing. Forced wide by Nikita Klepov. Zilkin following back as well. They both peeled off the puck at the same time. And Igor Barabanov, their center, is backing behind the net to bank it off the wall to Levi Harper. Outlet pass just too far past the stick of Zilkin. Down for an icing, 6:13 here in this first period. D-zone face-off. The top unit will have to stay on here. Graydon Jones on the back end with Levi Harper. 48 points in 55 games. Of course, he dethroned Zane Parek's scoring record as a rookie defenseman here in Saginaw earlier this year. A lot of that going around. He and Nikita Klepov rewriting the rookie record book here. Graydon Jones off the draw back to Levi Harper. Of course, should note the amount of time that Michael Misa missed in his rookie season. That shot by Berhowski rides up Dima Zilkin. You can factor him into that as well. Missed a considerable amount of time with an injury last year. He'll fire it down and pick up another icing. That did not get the hop off the wall that Zilkin was expecting. They won't get a line change, but they will get immediate timeout here. 5:52 in the first period. Still no score between Saginaw and Sudbury. We're back in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
This is Josh Glavin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. Scoreless here in the first period between Saginaw and Sudbury. Defensive zone face-off here for the Spirit. And Dima Zilkin mindful of the clock prior to that stoppage. Picked up the icing and got a bit of a breather for him and his mates. Here's a Henderson shot off the draw. Fought to the corner here by Stepan Shurigan. Graydon Jones can find Zilkin. A little bit more rested now. We'll see how long they stay out. Back up the center. Berhowski ties up there with Graydon Jones. Provorov dislodges. That puck back in behind the Sudbury net. Or Gonchar tangles with Sawyer Schmidt. Schmidt taken into the boards by Vladimir Provorov. Uri Rauja follows on into that corner, 2 against 2. Board battles have been a staple here in this first period. And nobody can seem to win this one. Out of the corner finally. Gavin Ewells on things here. Off the glass out the center. Off the glove and the leg of Graydon Jones. Tied up Berhowski just long enough for Blake Barnes to get back on that puck. They did take a check. Liam Storch up the near side. Looking to get back. Sawyer Schmidt. That'll be waved back in by Uri Rauja. Against Ula. Back in behind his own net. Inside 5 to go here in this first period. Brought back ahead by Ula. Turned into Drew Roscoe's corner. Gets it off the wall himself. Ula up the near side. Odell shot into traffic. Another save made by Stepan Shurigan. Ryan Hanrahan moves that puck prior to the hit from Ula. This puck back out at center. Majority of the chances, Jack, we've gotten in this first period have all been just like that. From distance through traffic. And Hanrahan offside, so that's not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, it's been hard to establish a pace to this game, a feel. You see the chippiness, you see the after whistle stuff. This is about to be our 22nd faceoff in under 16 minutes of action so far. I think that favors Sudbury a little bit. You're on the road. You have a top line of Zhilkin, Barabanov, and Klepov who love to play that run-and-gun style, right? They all average over a point per game. Barabanov and Klepov in the top 5 in points in the OHL. If you're Sudbury, you're trying to slow things down, play at your pace, and play with those kind of loose puck chances where you're throwing things on the net. And as much as Saginaw likes to get moving, Sudbury has done a good job kind of playing within their element so far in this one.
Levi Harper off the glass will have his pocket picked by Coughlin. Harper motors back. It's an extra little shot there from Coughlin after he moves the puck, and the goaltender Frasca out to move it. Back at center. Intercepted by Ryan Hanrahan. Dives down the left wing boards, has Blonda on him. Hanrahan can't get it loose, needs some help from Jensen Geldart. Back up to the right point. Here's Jones now for Harper. Just got handcuffed on the trigger pull. This will be taken and backhanded out by Nemec. Up the right side. Smith into the offensive zone. Cross ice off the wall. Coughlin misplayed it. He'll tie up Levi Harper, but that's that. And the Wolves recontrol at center. Blonda back over to the third Brady Smith here in the league this season. The others no longer play for the same team, and the Guild of Broadcasters very thankful for that. And it also helps that this Brady Smith is left-handed if we were in a situation where we needed to defer between the three of them, but we don't have to do that right now. This is wristed back in by Carson Harmer. Jacob Kluche back around. Ewell's there to pursue Harmer, who cannot get his stick untangled right now. Harmer snapped it back around the kick plate. This is Caden Sienko. It leaks back out to center ice. Makes a quick flick. Back to Graydon Jones, who realized he had a second and uses it to get it back in. Fortunate bounce there. Off the ledge, right at the base of the glass. Jacob Kluche tries to ride that all the way around. He's got Gonchar on him. Put it back down into an area where it's picked up on the backhand by Brody Papoy. Stops up, back and forth there with Ewell. Papoy runs out of real estate. Little catch and grab. Delayed penalty is coming here, and there goes Shurigan. Papoy, the return check. 2:24 left in this first period. And just that extra jersey tug will send Saginaw to the IBW Local 557 power play.
You've been seeing that clutch and grab in a couple of times in different scrums throughout this first period. Maybe the first one that really affected Papoy's ability to play the puck there from Ewells. Lots of spins, and then right there, the free hand got around. Just swung him around enough that the ref at center could have a clear look at it. That's Matt Nickel with the call. So will Saginaw have a power play longer than 2 seconds this time around and see what this top unit can do, as dangerous as they are.
Saginaw went 0 for 4 on Monday on the power play against Windsor. Of course, in that 7-1 loss. 1 for 3 the game before that. 6th best in the league, just shy of 24%. But of course, as we mentioned, the number 3 ranked penalty kill is going to rip this puck off the glass and down the ice here in the Sudbury Wolves. It's Gavin Ewells in the box for holding. Step on Shurigan, gives the puck to Levi Harper. Wanted the drop pass back. That was foiled. Nemec runs into the shoulder of Barabanov, so Harper can start out again. Up with the usual cast of characters here. Those two out with Zhilkin, who weaves his way into the offensive zone. Klepov and Kluche out as well. Zhilkin's going to hang on to the puck and then rip it back around to the near side for Jacob Kluche. Barabanov from the corner. Nemec is on him. Klepov back up to Levi Harper. Near side Kluche, one-timer blocked aside by Paolo Frasca. Back underneath, this is Barabanov again. Klepov from the corner. Barabanov goal line. Back through the seam. Here's a nice pass. Harper over. One pass too many. It was read well and deflected aside by Ethan Dean. We'll see what kind of gas he's got left in the tank for a shorthanded chance. That one turned aside by Shurigan, but Dean keeps on going. Levi Harper got to be careful not to take a penalty there. This is Zhilkin. Back up ice with speed, and Kluche, puck in his skates. He pulls it out. Kluche down low. Dima Zhilkin from the circle. Can't find a lane that he likes, so he skates it over. Klepov back through Kluche out the other side. And all the way out to center ice. On that missed opportunity, it's recovered by Graydon Jones. And trouble on the line change almost. Brody Papoy takes care of business and sends it back in behind. The Wolves will gun this all the way back down for Stepan Shurigan. Last chance on the power play, last seconds of the first period. Graydon Jones off the wall. The drop pass on the power play has looked a little bit different here for Saginaw, at least in their first opportunity. Jensen Geldart is offside. They're back at even strength. typically comes at center ice. They've banked it off the boards on a number of occasions here on that one. Carson Harmer in the final 10 seconds of the period. And a stoppage here. Are the Wolves guilty of too many men? 6 bodies on the ice in white, 7 including the goaltender. So another power play chance coming up here for Saginaw, and that was caught a little bit quicker than some other too many men on the ice situations.
Could
that
you
we've
be
seen
referencing
in this
Canada
wonderful game recently?
and Czechia just the other day ago? Boy, how about the Olympics as a hockey fan? Just how good it's been. 5 straight overtime games there. But you mentioned it. Czechia got away with 6 last time. The Wolves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Clear as day. My favorite part of that whole sequence was that you had the 6 players for Czechia actually celebrating together on the ice in the huddle, and still they missed it. But Canada thankfully came away with a win and didn't let that affect them. But the Wolves not quite so lucky. So 7 seconds here. See what you can draw up. But more importantly for Saginaw, you probably will have a chance with fresh ice to start the second period on the power play.
And you have to wonder after that instance in that 6-against-5 goal, we're going to have to redrop this puck. You have to wonder if there wasn't a communication or a conversation around the league office and the officials to say, hey, let's not let this happen around here, maybe. So an extra eye, just as you and I were a little bit ready to look for that too many men on the ice penalty.
Yep.
Or at least to make the connection to the Olympics there. The officials quick to call that one. Third IBEW Local 557 power play. And third opportunity here to maybe drop this puck. And a broken stick for Jacob Kluchik. Kickback. Here's Zilkin off the drop. 5 seconds. Shoots it. Goes into the glass. And a hot rebound will be taken care of there by the Wolves. Comes back out in front. And one more save for Paulo Frasca. The period is done, but the players on the ice are not. 1:53 of power play time awaits the Spirit in the second, unless something else happens here. Everyone is separated. Everyone will head back down the tunnel. We think. No score. Saginaw and Sudbury. Handful of penalties, some good saves, but nothing to report back on the scoreboard. Tied at nothing. Here, we take a break. When we come back, rookie defenseman Levi Harper has had quite the year on the Saginaw side of things. We got a chance to catch up with Levi Harper and with Spirit General Manager Dave Drinkle as well to talk about one of the standout rookies in the Ontario Hockey League. A break, and then we're back with Levi Harper and Dave Drinkle here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Saginaw Community Foundation also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude. That's what she said. United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Two hockey clubs, but quite a few points for Saginaw's rookie defenseman Levi Harper. 48 points in 55 games. That puts him third in rookie scorers this year, most among rookie blue liners, and he's the highest scoring rookie defenseman in Saginaw Spirit history. He's off to quite the year, and we caught up earlier with Spirit general manager Dave Drinkle and Levi himself to talk about a remarkable rookie season.
You know, when we have Zane Perek here, we thought maybe if Zane came back, Levi would come in, learn under him, and kind of take the reins when Zane moved on. But Zane moved on a little bit earlier than expected, and Levi's kind of taken that early and took the bull by the horns and ran with it.
Laz, like, his system just kind of goes hand in hand with me, and that's proven, like you said, with Zane. Just, like, watching him. He was here for about 2 days, so just skating with him and just having conversations was pretty cool.
You know, I know he's of the same age as a lot of them and eligible to play in our league, but he's playing in the NHL as a 19-year-old, and definitely Levi kind of gravitated towards him, and Zane's definitely following us and what's going on with our team and what Levi is doing, and very happy that, you know, a young player like that is kind of stepping in and taking the role that he had done so well here for a few years.
I mean, under Laz, like, he lets me play my game, and he promotes creativity. Just such like a high-end coach, and just listening to him, like, in video sessions or even just talking to him, I feel like I'm learning so much. And
Zane's a great example. Pav's been used a lot for sure. Like, it is hard to find those type of defensemen, and when you have one, you really want to gravitate towards them and really elevate them. And a lot of the credits to our coaching staff, to Chris Lazary, the work that he puts in with the guys, the video work, the one-on-one work, the way our practices all flow into the style of play that we're looking for. I think when we drafted him and spoke to the family, I think that was a big selling feature that, you know, it's almost like putting a square peg in a square hole. It fits perfectly like a glove, and we've seen that kind of work this year.
So we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Recognize that sound? That's your heart racing when law enforcement catches you for drunk driving. Truth is, it's happening more and more these days. Cops are cracking down all across America. If you drive drunk, it's more likely than ever you will get caught and you will be arrested. So don't take any chances. If you're drunk, do not get behind the wheel. And maybe you could avoid feeling like this. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
and Stepan Shurigan here in that first 20 minutes of play. Some really good opportunities. Broken play in front. Luca Blanda gets the shot through traffic. That left pad save from Stepan Shurigan here in his 48th appearance of the season was kind of his first test of the hockey game. A little long-range try there from Henderson, turned out by the goal pad as well. The physicality has been a factor here in this hockey game. Spirit captain Dima Zhilkin, that high shoulder on Vladimir Provorov set the tone early. Zhilkin comes back. He's got a little bit more for Adam Nemec as well. No score, however, through the physicality and the saves. Shots 9-5 in favor of the Sudbury Wolves as we take a look at your Raymond first period stats. No success on the power play for either hockey club, though the Spirit will have 1 minute and 53 seconds on the man advantage when they come out to start the second period. We'll bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark with Jack Snevice. And Jack, let's start with the Spirit captain. He was the most physical in red, white, and blue, or the red, white, and blue of Saginaw on Monday against the Windsor Spitfires when Saginaw needed somebody to drag them into the fight. It was a lost cause at that point in the hockey game. Right now, the physicality has been the best part of his game, and it's early on. Good to see that from the beginning here tonight for the Spirit.
Yeah, it's setting the tone, right? You know Sudbury's coming in playing that similar style of play where both teams are fighting for a playoff spot. They're going to get physical. We've seen it get chippy early on. Now as the captain, you set the tone. Now you need the offense to come with it, right? It's just one shot combined from that top line of himself, Klepov, and Barabanov so far. You're looking for just a little bit more. Setting the tone is one thing, but with only 5 shots on goal, you're looking for a bit more of a lift from your captain offensively. He's averaging over a point per game. He has been terrific, and then some. Obviously, one of the top prospects in the 2027 NHL draft. You're looking for even just a little bit more now.
And Zhilkin right now knocking on the door of 100 points in his OHL career. Sits at 99 right now. The chances we have seen in that first period, you might notice some common themes from the point, through traffic, maybe a deflection in front, but that seems to be the majority, if not the only scoring chances that have been able to be manufactured here in this hockey game.
Yeah, we've referenced it a couple of times, right? The Olympics, what it's been like in Olympic hockey. The rink is a little bit smaller. The games mean that much more. It kind of has that feel a little bit from a sense of there's just not a lot of ice out there. You have to make the most of your chances. You're seeing some of the looks from the point. A lot of those nitty-gritty goals. You saw Team USA yesterday against Sweden. You saw Hillary Knight earlier. Some of those goals come right in front of the net. Nick Suzuki tied the game. That has been the looks. That has been the best of the looks from every team so far in this game. It's just not a lot of ice to come by. And so what do? You try and get one any way you can. Those point shots, bodies in front, traffic's in front. Hockey's a funny game. It's a rubber sphere on ice. Anything can happen. You're looking for a bounce like that. Now in the second period with a long change, you might get a little bit more of those scoring opportunities, those odd man rushes to open things up a little bit. I'm very curious to see the style of play we get in the second period.
Well, a good chunk of power play time here for the Spirit to start out. 1 minute 53 seconds here in the second. It'll be just their second full-length power play here. Saw some decent opportunities, some shots that went wide on the first power play chance as well, though.
It almost looked like they were trying to find that perfect shot, right? When you have 5 shots on goal, you need a little bit more than that. You can't be afraid to shoot. They try to tee up Jacob Kluche on the near side circle a couple of times. He got one off. Levi Harper, I think, has passed up a couple shot opportunities that really he has had a lane to the net with traffic in front. Would love to see him shoot more. We know how good he's been on the blue line all season long, and the offense he can provide to this team as well. Wonder if you try and set something up from him because he definitely had a couple of looks straight on from the top of the point.
And not to gloss over some of the offensive looks that the Sudbury Wolves have had in that first period. Some really good looks. You start to think of Nemec and Chauvin really over everybody else. Not just the shots through traffic, but some of the turnovers they forced with the active sticks in the offensive zone.
They've been aggressive. They've been all over the puck in every situation. They've doubled up Saginaw with shots for a reason. They had that really early on chance a minute into the game that just missed on the back post. You've been impressed. I mean, Nemec and Chauvin have done what they've done. You've seen Rowan Henderson mix it up a couple of times. He's got a couple of shots on net on a couple of key opportunities. But again, it's very similar to what Saginaw is trying to do. Get those pucks on net, get bodies in front, try and crash for rebound. Shurigan and Frasca haven't been the busiest netminders in the world, but certainly they're making it. Both teams are making it harder to see the puck. Now it's a matter of who's going to crack first.
Bit of a feeling out process in that first period, and a lot of the feeling out has been done through the body checking. We'll see if that's a consistent theme into the second period. Saginaw on the power play to start it out. No score here as we get through our first intermission. We take a break, and when we come back, a look around the rest of the OHL. A little bit of a lighter night on the out-of-town scoreboard, but it is presented still, as always, by Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's coming up after this.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehomed dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Everywhere else. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. 2-1, the Owen Sound attack lead the Barrie Colts early into the second period. They will go. Joe Salandra has the lone Colts goal, but Easton Mikas and Jared Langdon, the other two goals there for the Owen Sound attack. 17 shots to 12 so far in the game for Owen Sound. North Bay trailing the Peterborough Petes 1-0, and a former Sudbury Wolf has the goal. Kieran Walton, his 35th of the season, has the Petes in the driver's seat there. And, of course, in Olympic women's hockey, the Swiss over the Swedes, and Team USA, the overtime victory to pick up the gold medal against Team Canada in thrilling and in dramatic fashion. Megan Keller, the overtime game winner, bringing gold for Team USA on the women's side of things. We will see what happens as we get into the semifinals on the men's side here in the coming days. Lots of great hockey to watch here going into the weekend, and that includes this game. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. No score yet, but a power play for Saginaw. Minute 53 seconds of it to start out the second period. And that's coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Mi Gente on Air.
Do you know about the El Camino initiative at Delta College? I'm your host, Larry Rodarte. Monica Hernandez and Krista Eulis from Delta College give us information about access to this educational initiative for Latino students. Join us.
Mi Gente on Air, Saturday mornings at 5 and Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Carryover power play. The IBEW Local 557 power play here for the Saginaw Spirit. Henry Doucette in the penalty box serving the too many men on the ice call. Picked up by the Wolves at the end of the frame. Last time these teams met back in November, they entered the second period scoreless. They entered the third period scoreless. But a power play goal aside helped Sudbury to a 2-1 victory. We'll see if the power play opportunity here for Saginaw impacts the outcome of this hockey game. Dylan Clark alongside Jack Snevice, and the third best PK in the OHL will start out the second period by firing it back in on Saginaw's goaltender. Levi Harper. Back for Barabanov. Then the cross-ice pass to the weak side is Klepov. Into the offensive end, Zhilkin protects. Back to Klepov, a little too far away. Harper trying to take advantage of the falling Henderson. Harmer to Barabanov. Wheels around in the circle. Back up by Harper. Near time. One-timer there from Klepov is blocked by Odell. And the rebound chopped up high and into the netting out of play. A close call there.
So right there again, it looked like Levi Harper had a lane to the net. And he went over to the way of Nikita Klepov for that one-time bomb. And I'm sure for the rookie Harper, knowing you have Barabanov, Klepov, Zhilkin, Kluche, or Harmer out there, you got a lot of offensive weapons around you. I would love to see the rookie defenseman use that shot more at the point because I think he's got a great lane to the net that Sudbury keeps leaving for him.
Klepov has it poked away, settled down, and flicked down the ice. Cleared out by Blake Clayton. It is tempting to move that puck to Nikita Klepov, tied for the team lead with 10 power play goals on the season. The other man that's got 10 is right there, Dima Zhilkin. With the speed into the zone, the shot ramped up off the stick of Harmer. It hit Ewells, and the Wolves will clear. Carson Harmer has taken the spot of Jacob Kluche here on this top unit for the Spirit power play. Barabanov finds Dima Zhilkin. Walks over the far side of the line. Back on through Klepov with 39 on the power play. Sends it towards the net. Zhilkin just gets a stick on it. Dean will pick things up here for the Wolves, and the penalty kill gets things out of danger. A little bit further than that. Now a shorthanded try in front. Gens Ula and a great glove save. Step on Shurigan just gets over and pats it down. A sneaky good opportunity on the penalty kill for the shorthanded Wolves. Here's Klepov back in. One more try on the power play. Hangs onto it near side. The chance there by Hanrahan was blocked by Smith. Back up high. Harper. Far circle. Barabanov. Harper again. Near side. This is Klepov. Back on through. Center point Harper. Now left circle. Barabanov through the seam. Pinballed around. Changed direction twice. And the power play expires. But here's Klepov down low. Just can't hang on to that puck on the nice feed from Barabanov. Back under it goes as Clayton puts Hanrahan into the boards. Saginaw unsuccessful for a third time here on the power play. The game remains scoreless. Barabanov takes a hit, moves the puck to Ryan Hanrahan. Some space into the zone, drops it there for Jensen Geldart. Curling back, top of the zone. Geldart makes some room there for Graydon Jones. Down into the corner. He's got to duck out of the way of Hanrahan. Wheels it right back down to Jones. Has a chance in front. Tied up at the last second there. Good read by Daniel Berehowski. Just took that extra split second for Saginaw to realize the opportunity that was in front of the net. Jones and Geldart, who nearly linked up on that exchange. Chauvin will steal. This is back in behind the Spirit net. Sudbury would like their first offensive opportunities after that Gensula shorthanded try. Martin, left point back over. Chauvin into traffic, absorbed by the netminder, Stepan Shurigan. 17:08 to go in the period.
Now, all of a sudden, this game is starting to get some legs underneath it. Chances both ends of the ice. Both Frasca and Shurigan coming up with big saves here. Here's that chance down low. Jones just missed Kluche. I think he was a split second late, and a great job coming back there by Barahowski. And then the shot from the point. This time, no traffic in front, which has been the opposite of the theme of tonight. But nonetheless, you saw from Ulo that chance. You saw a couple of great looks in the power play. The long change is being utilized by both teams right now. Currently, Saginaw, I think, has the edge. They did a great job adjusting to get the hand-to-hand line out there. Now it's Sudbury's turn to go on the offense.
Skipping point shot by Blonda, kicked out by Shurigan. Coughlin to chase things down against Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Jensen Geldart comes back to help. Chauvin is there for Sudbury. Back at the right point. This is Blonda. Sends it rink wide. Hudson Martin back towards the middle. Chauvin turned it to the net. The deflection there from Coughlin took a lot of the speed off that puck, but the surprise factor continued to be high. Stepan Shurigan makes the save. So a little bit more to what we spoke of in that first intermission. And the deflection there nearly catching everybody by surprise. Chase Coughlin will stay and at 13 goals on the season for now. Offensive zone face-off here for the Wolves. And again, they are missing a considerable amount of firepower in this game, most notably J.C. Lemieux, who came over in the trade with the Windsor Spitfires. That sent Nathan Villeneuve and Alex Ferron the other way. Third game out of action for Lemieux tonight. 18 points in 15 games as a Sudbury Wolf, where very fittingly Lemieux has chosen to wear 66. No 66 in the lineup tonight. Nemec, pocket pick by Geldart. Little help there. Loose puck in front. Great save made right on the doorstep. Paulo Frasca got the leg over. On an opportunity that came out of nowhere, nearly some friendly fire. Nemec back into the offensive end. Backhands that off of Valeris. Geldart comes over. Bodie Stewart tripped up. And Nemec put the glove over to say, whoops, sorry about that. Can't quite take that back, though. Saginaw back to the power play.
That is one of the more incredible saves you're going to see from Paulo Frasca, understanding the time and situation. This is just a bad bounce, and the wherewithal to know where that puck's going and stick the leg out to Rob Ryan Hanrahan. Look at all this traffic in front of him to track that puck and kick the leg out to keep it a 0-0 hockey game is as impressive as it gets, and now he's going to be called upon again. Saginaw heading to their third power play.
Off the draw, Klepov, back to Dima Zilkin. Nemec on the tripping call. Klepov back to Zilkin, who quarterbacks to start things out. Down the wall he goes. Turns back against Henderson, lost his footing. Two Wolves quickly to the Spirit captain. He gets it there to Carson Harmer. Off the stick and then the boards. Henderson can't get it out past Klepov, but that is what Blake Clayton was there for. Levi Harper on the pass from his goaltender. 30 seconds and then some gone on this power play here for the Spirit. At center ice, reaching in. Carson Harmer there for Klepov, rink wide, but too far ahead of Barabanov, so Genzula gets to it first. Around the wall it rolls. Klepov tried to slide it across. Here's a shorthanded chance off the steal. Dean finds Coughlin alone. He scores. First goal of the game is a shorthanded marker. Chase Coughlin, 14th of the year, to make it 1-0 Sudbury.
Disoriented in the offensive end leads to a great chance from the overager in career game number 250 for Chase Coughlin. Knew exactly what he wanted to do with that puck the entire way. He had all sorts of room. He caught that puck before the blue line. Low to the glove of Shurigan. And the Sudbury penalty kill. Second best on the road in the OHL, putting on a display here tonight and leading to the first offensive marker as well.
And for as good as Sudbury's been on the PK this year, that's just their fifth shorthanded goal of the season. Halfway through the Spirit power play, they try to get it back. Here's Kluche, a shot blocked high into the air by Paulo Frasca. Kluche then for Hanrahan underneath. Brody Papoy, a little handcuff, but he kept the puck alive. Down low, Hanrahan makes a move to the net. In front, looking there for Geldart, can't find it. Clayton leads the charge the other way, shorthanded again. He's his way in and buys some time there. And a right pad save had to be made by Shurigan. Jensen Geldart. Back in for the Spirit power play. Papoy left it behind. Little trouble up high here for Saginaw. Jacob Kluche takes over and finds Hanrahan. Gensula is on him. Hanrahan shrugs him off. Moves the puck to Kluche. Near side, Brody Popoy. A bouncing puck again. Settled down, guided back in behind the net. Ula turns Hanrahan into the wall. Geldart does the same thing there for Brady Smith. No movement on this puck. 10 seconds on the clock, which continues to move on that Spirit power play. Jacob Kluche is going to use this moment to try and hop off the ice for Drew Roscoe. 2 seconds and 1. Great work here by the Sudbury penalty kill as Nemec is out of the box. He's going to be an option here for the bank pass off the wall. Harper tries to catch up to him. No angle towards the net, and Levi Harper makes sure of that. Dean takes a track, though, and that one stopped by Shurigan from 15 feet off the blue crease. Hanrahan off the boards. Kept alive by Yules for Coughlin. Handcuffed by Popoy on the steal. Surrounded by white jerseys, he flips it into the air, and Gonchar makes sure that Popoy can't pursue. Sawyer Schmidt looks to tie up Gavin Yules. Puck up the near side. Chipped away by Gonchar, and Chauvin will throw it all the way down off the boards, and we'll pick up an icing. 13:30 here in this second period. We were scoreless for the longest time, but a shorthanded goal by Chase Coughlin, his 14th marker of the season, gets the scoring started. It's 1-0 Sudbury. We're back after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Hi, this is Carson Armour, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. 1-0 Sudbury on the goal from Chase Coughlin. Points in 3 straight games now. Had a goal the other night in the victory over the Brampton Steelheads and an assist. Helper in a 6-2 win against the Niagara Ice Dogs on February the 16th. And he's gotten Sudbury, and their scoring started here tonight as the Wolves look to make it 4 out of 5 in the win column. They win a D-zone face-off and move it up the boards. Drew Roscoe tries to steal. Swimming was Daniel Barahowski to try to move things the other direction. Now it's Yules off the boards right back to him. Just angles it onto the stick of Graydon Jones. Up to Carson Harmer and backhanded in. Kluche there to chase. Yules to chase Kluche. And the puck back up to the left point. Jones for Roscoe. Shot intentionally wide, and Popoy got the tip on it. The goaltender Frasca makes the save, and a couple of sticks are exchanged in the corner. 13:03 left in the second period.
Right now, if you're Saginaw, you're looking for a heck of a lot more than that. Just 6 shots on goal as we're approaching the midway point of this game. They're just playing right into Sudbury's hands, and the Wolves are doing such a great job in their own zone, not allowing much to get to Frasca. Barbanov, Klepov, and Jilkin still just the 1 shot combined between them.
Carson Harmer's line goes against Blake Clayton. And Harmer battles that one back to Levi Harper. Provorov will steal. Harper nearly stole it back. Clayton has to figure out what to do out of the corner. Provorov poked away by Kluche. Harmer all in one motion. Gets a shot to the net that Frasca stops. But an opportunistic play there by 13 in blue.
And it's a rare turnover in their own end for the Wolves. Haven't seen a whole lot of that. They've done a really nice job making all the little plays to get the puck out of the zone. Just a mishandled puck by Provorov. Good stick by Kluche right to Harmer. But Frasca, again, the awareness to be ready in that situation.
The urgency there from Carson Harmer. Knew he didn't have any time to settle it down or stick handle. Just get it to the net. And the Klepov line looks to go to work. He's tied up right now. Barabanov can move it up high to Levi Harper. Swung over. Xander Valeris weaves his way down the wall. Back in behind the net. Valeris continues. It's the brakes. Opens up some room, centering feed, Zilkin the shot, turned aside, the rebound pops high into the air behind the net. Good opportunity just turned out there by Paolo Frasca. And the rolling puck will slide out past Igor Barabanov and into the Spirit end. Harper gives a rolling puck to Valeris. The check is finished by Vladimir Provorov, and now Chauvin down the wing. Provorov while falling, but taken away by Saginaw's Valeris. He goes to the air, where it's gloved down by Sudbury's Hudson Martin. Levi Harper, as we approach the midway point of this game, 1-0 on the goal from Chase Conklin. It is a shorthanded goal. Levi Harper, can the kick keep the puck alive? No, the Wolves will take it away. Kostic down the left side, weaving in front. The backhander is stopped again by Shurigan. Jan Chauvin from point-blank range, and now Levi Harper in a bit of a dust-up in behind the Spirit net. He and Blonda are separated. 11:43 to go in the second, and another almost backdoor tap in there that's shut down by Stepan Shurigan.
And another one that just kind of popped up out of nowhere here for Sudbury. Just through the neutral zone. Bouncing puck, settled. Shurigan, great save there. Chauvin right on the doorstep. Harper's headed off.
Blonda as well for the Sudbury Wolves, so looks like we will skate at 4-on-4 here for the second time in this game. 11:43 left in the second period. Jan Chauvin hard on that stick there to pick up that pass on the backhand and sweep it kind of all in one motion. 20 goals in 47 games on the season, coming off of a career best 4 points against the Niagara Ice Dogs, as we discussed in the pregame. It's Blonda and Saginaw's Harper in the penalty box here on the offsetting penalties. Gonchar back to Chauvin. Right point shot turned out from Yules to Shurigan. And the blocker save turns into a pass from Bodie Stewart to Graydon Jones. Artem Gonchar back behind the Sudbury net. Jensen Geldar, 2 Wolves on him. Gavin Yules will turn it up the boards. Cross-ice feed too far away from Gonchar. Bodie Stewart off the boards for Jones. Nemec comes over, picks his pocket. They might have a lane, and that's in Chauvin. Towards the net, he rang it off the pipe in behind Shurigan. Close call there. Yules to Gonchar at the left point. Now the exchange for Chauvin. Yules back on through. Weaving his way into open ice is Nemec. Back on through. It goes off the right skate of Yules. And is picked up again here by Chauvin. Saginaw saw a chance on the Windsor side of things last Saturday go off the back bar. And it was called a goal upon review. That's what they'll do as soon as we get a whistle here. Bodie Stewart gets a bit of a stick up high there. 51 seconds left at 4-on-4. Play will continue for now. If they find anything that meets the burden of proof, they'll blow the horn, but play has continued. We'll operate as if that puck hit the crossbar. Barabanov off the toe of his blade. Can't hang on to that puck. Against Ula. Turned around. Gets the skates moving up ice. Down the wing, he drops there for Vladimir Provorov. Cuts across the high slot. Has Barabanov right on his hip. There for Martin. Near side, Ula. A battle in front. Verhowski picks himself back up after that joust with Klepov. This is Provorov. Now Ula again. The Wolves weaving here in the offensive end. 10 to go on the 4-on-4. A shot doesn't find the deflection. Just the pads of Shurigan. Klepov and Verhowski continue their battle. Both teams get a player out of the penalty box. We're at 5-on-5 again. Igor Barabanov past the halfway point of this hockey game. Driving wide on Blonda. Turned it back up the far side boards. Xander Valeris sweeps it near side. Drew Roscoe walks to the middle. A little trouble there between himself and Valeris and Barabanov as far as where to go. They flick the puck towards the front of the net. No opportunity there to score. Barabanov, another miscommunication back up high as far as who's to occupy that right point. So Valeris back up. Just tipped in by Klepov to avoid the icing. Wolves move up the near side. Rowan Henderson taken into the boards. Clayton trying to skate into it. Sawyer Schmidt makes the heavy check back and behind the Spirit net. Dimas Jilkin on this through center. A backhanded pass just too far ahead of the streaking rookie there, Levi Harper. Henderson taken away by Jilkin. Harper knows that he's got the pressure there of Ewell, so he backhands it in. And Artem Gonchar takes over here for the Sudbury Wolves. 39 points in 52 games from the back end here for Sudbury. He's taken heavily into the wall by Saginaw's Storch. Dimas Jilkin again. Looking for the stretch pass to Storch. Can't hang on to it. Just tip it in to avoid the icing a second time. Ewells takes over for the visitors. Henderson between his own legs. Finds Bremer. Forced off that puck by Blake Barnes. It's Sawyer Schmidt to give it right back to him. Nifty little hands there by Barnes to get out of a sticky situation. Up the near side, Storts is drilled there. Heavy shoulder. Brady Smith comes over to clean him out. And up the boards again it comes. Doucette with Bremer into the offensive zone. Three Spirit players with them. Doucette to the corner. Pass to the middle. Does not find its way off his stick. Now back to the corner boards. Harper, just a little tap on that puck as he takes the check. Liam Storts gets it into Sudbury real estate. Smith will backhand it off the wall and up to Doucette at center. More collisions here in the second. Levi Harper up the wall. Bremer finishes off his check. And it goes down for an icing. 7:40 left here in period 2, so some tired bodies will have to stay out on the Saginaw side.
Good back and forth hockey between these two teams. Obviously, when you had the long change, you can get trapped in your own end for periods of time. That all stemmed on the 4-on-4 sequence a couple of minutes ago. Sudbury did a good job keeping Saginaw hemmed in, and Saginaw right now, when they try and counter, just not able to cross that blue line right now. Sudbury has done an incredible job winning everything in the neutral zone up to this point. Big reason they lead in the scoreboard and in the shot department.
Uri Rauja did not get to the red line just yet. Before firing that puck in, he's going to get a little bit of a word from the men behind the bench on the Saginaw side of things. Goes back down for a defensive zone faceoff. And again, this is a key week here for the Saginaw Spirit. They've got a similar-looking club to themselves. Sudbury out east with 46 points. Saginaw 47 points here in the West. They see Sarnia, who is in 9th in the West on Saturday, and the Guelph Storm, the team just above them, at 6th on Sunday. So a lot of like-minded hockey teams, or at least they're alike in the points area. And for a team that's trying to lock down a playoff spot, those are the ones that you got to beat more than anybody else. Berehowski down the left side leads the charge in for Sudbury. Diving wide on Caden Cianco, making his season debut after 21 games between the regular season and playoffs last year. Gonchar back over to the right point. A Martin shot gets tipped by Chauvin and rolls out the other side. One of the more dangerous opportunities of the last few minutes. Geldart back in here for Saginaw. Drops it off into the skates of Bodie Stewart. Glove down by Ryan Hanrahan. They'll try again. Down the wing, Hanrahan. Lays it off the wall to himself in behind the goal. Takes the switch there with Blake Barnes. Keeps on going. Here's Hanrahan into the circle. Sweeps it in front. Nearly had Barnes on the back door. Had his hands tied up by now. That's back in front. That chance for Stewart is shut down too. The outlet pass is deflected and gloved down. Now it's Blake Barnes on it for the Spirit. Lays a bouncer back in. Saginaw needs a line change. Gonchar closed off by Stewart. Papoy comes on for Hanrahan. Gets some help from Geldart. Saginaw can't hang on to it. Now this is Martin. The Wolves flip it back in again. Drew Roscoe, the shoulder check. He is drilled there by Clayton and tagged down afterwards. He comes back with a little bit of a whack. That's a battle behind the play that we'll keep an eye on while the Wolves are in their end. Henderson back down the right side. A quick chance here for Sudbury. Roscoe locks up with him again. And Blake Barnes sends it up the wall. Now here for Papoy. Down the left wing, inside 6 to go in the period. Finds Kluche, shoots off the pass, and it's deflected wide. Blonda taken heavily into the wall there by Papoy. The arms will stay down. Carson Harmer in the neutral zone. Caden Cianco cranks this back in from center, and he was ready there for the check from Kostic. Blonda comes after Kluche. Puck rimmed around into the corner. Cianco hit there by Kostic. Puck comes out. This is Jacob Kluche. Doesn't have a lane in front, so he sends it around to Xander Valeris by the boards. And Valeris protects this puck. Moves it across the high slot. Into the circle he goes. Valeris lost the handle. Henderson will gladly take that. Cianco from just outside the blue line, so Saginaw's got to touch up. Henderson, stretch pass, handled by Dean, and a shot in stride goes off the glove of Stephon Shurigan. Bit of a hesitation there from the Spirit net miner. He thought he had that right in the basket of that catching glove as Coughlin bowls his way in here on Cianco. The Wolves are offside. 4:54 here in the second period. The dislike intensifying. Still a 1-0 game. We're back in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center, 1-0 between the Wolves and the Saginaw Spirit. And the physicality here in this game. Brody Papoy goes into the wall there against Luca Blonda. And there was a tie-up in behind the play as well. Rowan Henderson and Drew Roscoe that our cameras were not able to pick up as the play was nearly 200 feet the other direction at that point. A little bit of a toss down from Henderson on the part of Roscoe. A little bit of a slash on the part of Drew Roscoe. 5-on-5 here. Rolling puck does not go down for an icing. Dimas Jilkin finishes a check there on Ewells. Puck comes up the far wall. Barabanov taken heavily into the wall there by Dean. Puck comes out. Coughlin, the lone goal scorer here in this contest, will flip it back in and into Blake Barnes. And we do have a stoppage here. A little bit more after there. After the icing. 4:27 here in period 2, and there's something after pretty much every whistle at this point.
That was frustration on the behalf of Coughlin, the lone goal scorer. He thought he was at center ice. He was about a stride or two beyond it, hence the icing call. But if nothing else, it's a veteran move from the overager. Game number 250 for him. You're stalling for time. It wasn't that long of a shift, but you never know who might be winded. You got to come back into your offensive zone against the top line of the Spirit. And you have kept them in check for the most part in this game. If you're Sudbury, only clinging to a 1-goal lead. Goals feeling more and more like a premium as this one rolls on.
Chase Coughlin, a third-round pick of the Guelph Storm back in 2021. Makes his way to Sudbury, and that puck will make its way into the glove of Stepan Shurigan. And Gensula, bit of a push there that Levi Harper's got a thing or two to say about. 4:21 here in this second period. Again, just 5 power play chances between the two teams the last time that they met. A check to the head, and everything other than that was pretty much ordinary. Some holds, some hooks. Things didn't get too nasty in that game back on November the 15th. Again, this is a busy portion of the road trip here for the Sudbury Wolves tonight as well. An off day tomorrow. You can't really call it a travel day, though, from what we understand, they will travel to Flint and stay there. Here's a shot off the deflection, pops off the crossbar. It's on top of the net, and it's covered by Stewart, and the Sudbury bench stands up. Shurigan can cover the puck on the top of the net. Stewart cannot. So we've got a stoppage here, 4:13 to go. And so now a discussion on what the ruling will be. That puck, one tip off a stick, the other one off the net, and that is straight up into the air to lay down there on the shelf. Stewart covers there with the hand. Now, it's not a puck covered in the goal crease, which is what the Sudbury benches may be discussing. So maybe we were a little hasty as well. 5-on-5. 4:13 to go in the second.
Well, normally when you see the puck land on top of the net, too, you get that automatic whistle. It's not so much that he covered the puck. It's more of a dead play anyway.
Bouncer right in front. Sudbury nearly gets their chance back. Out of the corner they go. Into the near side. Jensen Geldart. And then back out of danger. That shot goes off the official on the clearing try. This one does come up now to Adam Nemec. Ula now to Chauvin. Back against Ula. And that one turned out by another hit from Drew Roscoe. 18th game in the OHL career for Saginaw, second round pick this year as he gets the toe a little bit more dipped into the water. He's got an OHL goal. We're a little bit past the toe at this point. Bodie Stewart down the wing. He's got Papoy right in front. That shot gets blocked. Valeris on the rebound. That was blocked too. Ewell's blocked the first shot. Looked like Brady Smith on the second try. Now this is Henderson to lead the Wolves back in. Blind pass around in front, nearly cashed in on by Barahowski. Jensen Geldart here in the final 3 minutes of the second period. Xander Valeris snapped it up the near side, just chipped in by Levi Harper. The goaltender, Frasca, roams out to play it up the near boards, and Henderson can't hang on to it. Xander Valeris off the end boards there for Levi Harper. Turns it up the far wall. Carson Harmer slipped it to the middle. This is Jacob Klutze, attacks in with speed, and his shot is deflected high and off the body of Smith into the netting.
Well, a couple of odd man rushes for both sides there off of bad line changes, which tend to happen in this middle frame. Here is the initial chance from Stewart. The pass, great bounce for Saginaw right to Valeris. And again, the selflessness to get in the way and block that shot. And then Klutze's most recent attempt right off the stick. Sudbury doing a great job. There's a reason Saginaw only has 10 shots. Fearless right now, getting in front of all the shooting lanes the Spirit think they might have.
Offensive zone face-off results in Jacob Klutze doubling back up the boards. Now down the slot, Klutze opens up the shot, plucked out in the air by the glove of Frasca. Not sure how he was able to see that puck.
Well, Klutze, I would say, has been the most impactful forward so far tonight for Saginaw. Has just 3 points his last 11 games. All of them came in one game against Flint. But he is doing his best to find the net. And right now, Paolo Frasca doing his best to find the puck. He's had a couple of chances that might look routine on him that he has turned out to some big saves. Again, the wherewithal to fight through that screen and see the lane the whole way to follow that one into the glove.
Wolves will knock this back out to center. Barnes trying to keep it in front of himself. Brody Papoy takes over and flips this back out to center red. Klutze, a nice touch there for Papoy, who shoots, and that's blockered again by Paolo Frasca. Puck back below the goal line, knocked to the wall. Papoy there against Chase Coughlin. Blake Barnes keeps it alive, and it's down low for Jacob Klutze again. He gets closed off there on that hit. Brody Papoy's pass tipped, but it is handled there by Barnes, and Coughlin's going to steal off the wall to himself. Feels the pressure there of Carson Harmer. Chase Coughlin into an open area. It bounces right over Dean's stick. And that leads Klutze back on the counterattack, though he stops up at the line. Provorov and Klutze tied up there behind that play. As the Spirit send it down, there is no icing. Final 90 seconds here, the second period. Provorov to fire that into the cross corner. Levi Harper. Another collision here in the near wall. This is Klepov back on through. Barabanov into the zone, to the circle now. He curls back around. Barabanov drops it off for Valeris. Couple of bodies in front. That chance deflects wide. Harper up at the right point. Sent underneath. Zilkin keeps it going. Valeris has to come down and chop it to the corner there, looking for Klepov, who's on it. Zilkin strategically places himself. But Chauvin will pick it up here for the Wolves. The final 60 seconds of the second period. Puck in front of the net. And then behind, it's handled by Harper. In the corner, Chauvin on the steal, and then that's trying to put it in front. It's picked up by Barabanov. Leads the Spirit counterattack at the tail end of a longer shift. Klepov has to delay at the line, so that leads him to be offside. 41 seconds left in the second period.
Again, you're seeing that top line neutralized for the Saginaw Spirit.
41 seconds left in the second period. We'll catch up with Caden Cienko when we begin our second intermission report coming up in a few minutes. Cienko, of course, making his season debut, his return. 18 games of regular season action with Saginaw last year, 3 in the playoffs. After his rookie season was a little stop and go with injury. Blake Barnes is going to glove this down. Onside. Plays it himself. Hanrahan back around looking for Stewart. Roscoe gets over to keep it alive. Bodie Stewart looking towards the middle. Cross ice. Barnes, the little deflection. He gets it back from Jensen Geldart. Geldart's got it. Rolls over the top. That shot goes off the leg of Trevor Odell. They both come to the wall. The Wolves chop it out to center. Clayton gets drilled there by Barnes. Warhowski back behind the Spirit net with 8 seconds to go. A couple of players go down. Ryan Hanrahan Maybe a late chance here. Shoots while falling. Guided to the corner by Paolo Frasca. That's the last opportunity that we'll see in the second period. 1-0 on the goal by Chase Coughlin. Sudbury outshot the Spirit 11-7 in that second period. 20-12 in the game so far. We'll see who's got the freshest legs coming into the third period. We'll take a break. Spirit defenseman Caden Cienko joins us for our second intermission interview. Coming up after this with Caden here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
This is Christiana Malagata, your host of That's What She Said. This week, I'm spilling the tea with a woman who helps others realize their dreams every day. Carly Robinson talks about mental health in marriage, business ownership, and making big decisions. Tune in.
That's What She Said with Christiana Malakata. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday evenings at 6 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Intermission here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Sudbury Wolves. A 1-0 lead for the visitors. And a familiar face makes his return here to Saginaw, makes his season debut. Pleased to be joined again by Spirit defenseman Caden Cienko. Caden, great to see you again. For yourself, getting back into the lineup, before we get into this game, how's the year been for you back in Chatham? You guys playing real well right now.
It's been going great. We have a great team, great coaching staff. Definitely getting a lot of opportunities down there, and let's hope we can win a Sutherland Cup.
And a couple of injuries in short order. Josh Glavin goes down. James Go goes down. That means you get the call up. And it's been a little while since you've seen the ice here in Saginaw. How has the adjustment been? I know you've gotten at least a couple of practices under your belt.
It's been pretty good because I've been on the ice, almost every day for a week now. So my legs are under me, and we had a really good practice on Wednesday. So, it got adjusted to the speed, and then I think today's going pretty well.
It's never going to be completely seamless, but how has it been slotting back in with some familiar defensive partners from 18, 20 games last year?
It's been pretty good. I feel like we have some good chem, me and Jonesy. I seem to know, where he is, and he's good at communicating, when I have the puck. So I kind of have eyes in the back of my head for him.
And it's fair to talk about it because it is Billet Appreciation Night here in Saginaw. The billet situation is fluid when you're kind of a sudden appear back in Saginaw. You're rooming with a familiar face in Jacob Cloutier right now, if that's correct.
Yeah, it's a great spot. It's nice being with a teammate, especially one that I was close with last year. But, it's been a pretty good adjustment.
Well, 1-0 right now. Things are tight going into this third period. How do things look from your angle, and what's the key going into period 3?
I think going into period number 3, we just got to keep working really hard and bury on our opportunities. I think we got this game.
Caden, appreciate the time. Good to see you again.
Nice to see you, Clarky.
That's Spirit defenseman Caden Cianco back in town. A 1-0 game. Things are very much in reach for Saginaw, but got to break through sooner rather than later. We'll take a break. Highlights and analysis. We'll bring Jack Snevice back in. Coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Sebwing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
Saginaw Spirit and the Sudbury Wolves. It's only one goal, but we do have a goal for you here going into this third period. But a lot of saves as well. As we take a look back at some of the highlights before the analysis comes your way. Ethan Dean, some speed down the right side, and the chances came early. Against Ula, had to be stopped on the back end there by Stepan Shurigan. One of a couple remarkable glove saves. It looks oddly familiar there on the little cross-ice feed. Jan Chauvin on the back goal post gets that opportunity through. But Saginaw not without some chances of their own. A little fortunate break there, but an even better save by the left toe, and quite literally the left toe of Paolo Frasca to keep, at that point, a scoreless game. And same story here on this save to deny Carson Harmer. The Spirit would have a couple of more power play chances in that second period. Jacob Klutze snares that one through the screen. That was not one of the power play chances, but one of several saves in that period there by Frasca. But his shorthanded goal is the only one on the board, and that is it right there, low on the glove side. Chase Coughlin able to beat Stepan Shurigan, his 14th goal of the year and the only one in this hockey game right now. We take a look at the intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. 11 shots to 8 for Sudbury in that second period, 20-13 in the game. No power play goals so far for either squad, and only the shorthanded goal from Coughlin. As we bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark alongside Jack Snevice. And Jack, let's start with the shorthanded goal. You don't find the back of the net on the power play. Okay, but to see it be the only goal in the game right now, just a little bit extra weight, I guess, on the shoulders there.
Well, and you think of the power play, too. You had the penalty kill of the Wolves come in that has been at such a great clip all season long. So not only is that in the back of your mind, but the first couple of power plays, you're not getting the chances you normally would see with guys like Klepov and Barabanov and Jilkin. So add insult to injury, you get a breakaway chance the other way that was basically a breakaway from center ice and in, and all of a sudden it's 1-0. It's one goal, right? But it feels like that was such a big moment in this game because goals have been so hard to come by, scoring chances have been so hard to come by, and it kind of springboarded Sudbury. I would say after that goal, they were the better team in this hockey game. They had the looks, they had more shots. They made Shurigan work a little bit more for it, hemmed Saginaw into their own zone. And it's just funny how an overager who can step up, make a big play like that to go up 1-0 can kind of change the course of the game. Flip side of that coin, it's still just a one-goal game. Shurigan did a great job of stopping pucks when called upon. And now it's up to Saginaw to try and find an answer in the third period.
Well, let's talk about Stepan Shurigan here for a moment. 19 saves on 20 shots here in this game. And a big bounce-back game for him. Again, he's played more games, more minutes, made more saves. We say it a lot here than any other goaltender in the league. He was pulled in his last game on Monday against the Windsor Spitfires. 5 goals on 15 shots. Caleb Papineau replaces him for the third period. But you got to just shake it off. And to have a bounce-back performance, he hasn't just been okay. He's been great, and he's kind of saved the bacon here on the Spirit side of things on a number of occasions.
Absolutely, and it's kind of been the story of Saginaw season, right? That's why Shurigan is looked upon as highly as he is, and he plays so much because he is that stopgap almost. He is that reliable presence back there that okay, there might be 1 or 2 goals behind you, but he's going to keep you in games like this that have been hard-nosed, that have been hard to find scoring chances. It's got to be a boost of confidence in that locker room knowing, okay, we allowed 1, but we know Shurigan's got us back there, and he has. There's been a couple of odd man rushes down the stretch of that second period, long sustained zone times from Sudbury. They only have just the 1 power play so far, but it's felt like at a couple of different times there's been a power play in front of Shurigan, and he has helped steady the ship and keep this just a 1-goal deficit.
The Wolves to this point in the game have done a decent job, as we've said a few times, mitigating the chances from Saginaw's top lines. A lot of points. That's a good chunk of Saginaw's goal scoring that have come from Barabanov, Klepov, and Dimas Yilkin. On the one side of that, how have they been able to do that? And on the other side of it, who needs to step up or who can fill that gap best on the Saginaw forward side?
Well, Ryan Hanrahan, in terms of stepping up, he's had a couple of really good looks. We saw that play that Frasca somehow got that left toe over, but he's had a couple of chances as well and has created some opportunities because when you look at your top line, it's easy for a 16-year-old in his first year, first-round OHL draft pick to be like, man, not even our top line can go, what can we do? Well, that's where guys like Hanrahan step up. That's where Jacob Kluche has had a couple of big opportunities. Eventually Zhilkin, Barabanov, and Klepov are going to get some sort of opportunity that could change this game. They're just way too talented, no matter how good of a job Sudbury has done. But when you have other guys in the lineup stepping up, not only does that provide a boost for everyone, but it gives the top line a boost as well, knowing, hey, these guys got us behind us too. We can make our mark in this game. Sudbury has done just such an unbelievable job in their own zone. They're not doing anything stupid. They're making a simple play. They're getting sticks in the lane, bodies in front of all shots. They've made it really, really hard for that top line or really anyone for Saginaw to get going. But if you can get a couple of difference makers here and there to make a couple of plays in front of Frasca, get him moving from side to side, get a little bit more pressure on him, you never know when the puck can find the back of the net.
Just how much do plans change here in the third period where you're only trailing by 1, but the scoring opportunities have been a little hard to come by? Do you change your threshold of taking a shot versus passing that opportunity? I guess, do you become a little less picky as the opportunities come your way in a game like this?
I think you have to. I think it's only natural to have to, right? You have 13 shots through 2 periods of play. That's certainly not nearly enough the way Frasca's been playing, the way the Wolves have been playing in their own end, and their ability to block shots. It's kind of the ebbs and flows of the game, right? Sudbury has done such a great job of getting in those shooting lanes and breaking up passes. So it comes down to your hockey sense. Do you take the shot or not? I referenced Levi Harper a couple of times on different power plays. He's had looks at the point. I would love to see him shoot a little bit more, but it's so hard. It's such a quick game. It's split-second decisions here and there that sometimes aren't always open to you, or sometimes are really easy opportunities to make. It just kind of, you take what the game can give you. It's a basic answer, but as this game goes on, you got to feel out how this third period is going before you decide, okay, it's time to get aggressive, because if Saginaw comes out of the gate and they're still trailing by 1 midway point of the third period, later in the third period, you have to up the ante and do anything you can to get one past Frasca.
Oh, in their last meeting on the season, their only other meeting, all of the goals in a 2-1 Sudbury win came in the third period. We're already a little bit ahead of schedule. We've got 1 here. We'll see what is waiting for us in the third. We'll take a break. When we come back, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Coming up next, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. and access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Today, Owen Sound 3-2 over the Barrie Colts into the third period, and a 3-1 lead for the North Bay Battalion over Peterborough in that same time frame. And, of course, the Swiss bronze and the United States gold in the women's hockey at the Olympics. 1-0 Sudbury going into the third. It starts after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileFlatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileFlatRoofing.com.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, GarberHyundai.com.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Saginaw Community Foundation also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Hi, this is Joe, and this week on Generating Gratitude, John, 3 months after his heart transplant, shares his story, which is amazing, on his gratitudes, his challenges, and how he feels about the person that donated him the gift of life.
Generating Gratitude, Saturday mornings at 7 and Sunday evenings at 5 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
And for right now, as Jacob Cloutier and Joey Bremer have words. We have not dropped the face-off yet. Chase Coughlin had the lone goal in the second period. It was shorthanded. Dylan Clark and Jack Snevice with you for one more regulation frame here on this Thursday night. Drew Roscoe off the boards, takes the check there from Clayton Papoy, sends a cross-ice pass that was read and shut down by Artem Gonchar. Bremer down the wing. And off the wall, Gavin Ewell swept to the net. The deflection in front off of Bremer goes wide. Blake Clayton, bodied by Saginaw's Blake Barnes. And then up at the left point, this is Gonchar again. The shot into traffic is gloved and held by Stepan Shurigan. 19:27 left in the third period.
Picking up right where we left off. Shurigan sees that shot cleanly, no traffic in front, but get a good effort by Sudbury out of the gate. First 5 minutes you really look at in a game like this that's been so tightly contested as you take another look at that shot from the point. There's not many white jerseys in front of the net. Good job by Saginaw as well to part the season, let Shurigan see it. How aggressive is Sudbury going to be out of the gate? Xander Valeris up the near side. The stick lift by Nemec. Brody Papoy will protect. Has to use the boards. Valeris does the same. Little fanned on that chance. But Barabanov can come pick it up in the offensive corner here for the Spirit. Chase Coughlin mines it out, but it's onto the stick of Kluche. Tries to dart towards the middle. Kluche has it, and the shot deflected up and out of play off the stick of Odell, who gets another shot from Kluche, but the patience by 42 manufactures that chance. And what do we talk about at the intermission? Just how good Sudbury has been at not allowing chances to find their way through Frasca. That was a grade A opportunity right between the hash marks for Jacob Kluche. And both defensemen, I believe, got a stick in the lane, and it never made its way on net for a shot on goal. Little things like that in a one-goal game that go a long way.
Puck to the boards off the draw. Glove down by Levi Harper. Henderson's right in front of him. And they get the puck out to center ice. Xander Valeris, who's seen an increase in ice time in the absence of Josh Glavin and James Go. This puck down for an icing, 18:45 here in this third period. For Glavin, it is an upper body injury that's held him out for the last handful of games ever since a collision with the wall in Sarnia last week. James Go, day-to-day, as Chris Lazary said, with a lower body injury, and that's why Caden Sienko has entered the fold here. Offensive zone face-off here for the Wolves. From the circle, that is fought off by Shurigan, and a long try from Hudson Martin. Barabanov into the offensive end, opens the hips and drops the puck. This is Klepov now, cutting back. Klepov looking to make some room. Down the left wing corner, behind the goal line. Klepov taking down the shot there by Jones, is stopped by Paolo Frasca. Rebound up to the wall. The netminder didn't look like he knew where it was for a second. Sudbury bench is hollering for a penalty right now as a stick came up high. This is Jones back in. Sends a shot to the net. Little trouble there for Paolo Frasca. But the rebound settles down right in front of him off the goal stick with 18-12 in the period.
That's why when you hear the cliche, just get pucks on net, that's kind of the reason for it right there. Frasca has been a stone wall between the pipes. And even something that looked like as harmless as that shot from Jones kind of just surprised him. Might have taken a weird hop off the stick blade. Frasca did a great job recovering, but it's little things like that in games like this.
Ryan Hanrahan is lined up in the shooting position behind Jensen Geldart. Puck nearly came right to him. Instead, it's Blake Barnes. Hanrahan up high, over the line. That shot sails wide on the glove hand side of Paolo Frasca. Now the Wolves poke it back out past Bodie Stewart. Braden Jones comes on through and hit on Barahowski, and that shot is stopped by Stepan Shurigan as Artem Gonchar let that one go from a steep angle. Third-round pick of the Rangers, the New York Rangers, that is, back in this past summer's NHL draft for Artem Gonchar. 39 points in 52 games coming into this contest, and a goal against the Niagara Ice Dogs. And a good save there from Stepan Shurigan. Provorov on this face-off. Instead, Jensen Geldart wins it to the corner. Ryan Hanrahan takes a look, sees Provorov. That puck pulled out off the wall in front of Bremer, and Hanrahan stretches things cross ice. Backhands it around. Ewells intercepts behind the Sudbury net. Bodie Stewart is on him. And so this is Gonchar off the boards. Too far for Provorov. Barnes and Jones will team up. Get control back here for the Spirit, but off some skates. This is Barahowski back the other way. Dropping it back off. Provorov stretches out wide, and that high shot Goes high over the net. Another one goes off a skate. Look out, dangerous giveaway there. Gonchar backhands it down low. This is picked up by Saginaw's Barnes. Carefully guided it up ice, but he takes the check and moves the puck to Graydon Jones. Bit of a gamble, but it paid off, at least for that moment, as Jones gets it back off the stick of Nemec. Xander Valeris in behind the net of Shurigan. This is Carson Harmer. Poked that glove down by Coughlin. Big time hit there as Xander Valeris came on through. And a hand pass is called as Chauvin will bring this into the offensive zone. 16:51 here in the third.
Again, more pressure from Sudbury on Saginaw with the puck. In the defensive end. Almost led to an opportunity there. Good pressure. Nemec has been all over the puck all night long.
This Coughlin line, flanked by Chauvin and Nemec, will probably carry a lot of the mail here for Sudbury in the last period of play here. Brody Popoy has gotten Carson Harmer tossed from the draw. So he'll take the right spot with Jacob Kluche in the face-off circle. Kluche, with help from Popoy, gets it back. Valeris. That pass broke the stick of Nemec, and now Popoy is in with Harmer breaking towards the net. That pass was read by Trevor Odell. Popoy taken back down in behind the net. Gensula's on him. Odell, shouldered by Kluche. They work for body positioning. Brody Popoy's taking a penalty, and Gensula comes over to drill him afterwards. They will take both. Perhaps Azula's got some more for Popoy. And we've got 4-on-4 play here. The Wolves just saved the Spirit from a penalty kill here after Popoy threw that shoulder up high.
Definitely looked like he caught him right there. Hit to the head, no doubt about it. And then it was Ula. What you don't need to do is even it up. And he did just that.
And again, there have been some perceived non-calls in this game that have gotten under the skin. So maybe Ula's not expecting the penalty there.
Either way, this will be our third extended 4-on-4 of this hockey game now. First two definitely advantage Sudbury. But as the minutes tick down, you have to think an aggressive Saginaw is going to happen here.
Barabanov's chance ends up wide on the glove hand side. Bouncer at center. Controlled by Zhilkin. Brody Popoy for Saginaw and Gensula on the Sudbury Wolves side of the penalties. Igor Barabanov taken into the glass right in front of Brody Popoy. This is Levi Harper. Check to the head is Popoy's penalty. Gensula in the box with a cross-check. Barabanov there for Levi Harper. Zhilkin. A roughing penalty is what it will officially go down as. Barabanov down low for Zhilkin, looking for the Michigan, and it just rolled off his stick tape there. This is Dima Zhilkin. Still on this puck, then the drop back. Klepov stumbling, moves the puck. Barabanov in the circle, changes the angle. The shot is stopped by Frasky. Doesn't know where the puck is. Ewells will glove it down and take it to the safety, or at least it was safe for the moment in behind the net as Barabanov is still there. This puck is picked up and pursued by Henderson into the offensive end. Off the wall, he banks it there for Gonchar. Two players for Saginaw see him back and behind the net. A giveaway. Henderson, Luca Blonda, cross ice. Gonchar with room in the circle. Looking for a backdoor tap in would have been Provorov, but instead it's back out to center. Blonda for Gonchar. Into the zone with Provorov. Levi Harper's taking a penalty here. As Provorov and Jacob Kluche lock up. A little bit slow to get back up. Looks like it's Gonchar after that collision there with Levi Harper. 14:54 to go in the third, and we will have a Sudbury power play here. 4 against 3 for 26 seconds.
Yeah, first real power play of the game for Sudbury as well. They had one for 2 seconds in the first period. As you can see the grab there and takedown from Harper. This is a real opportunity for Sudbury, where one goal feels like two right now. 26 seconds here, 4-on-3. That's a lot of ice and an opportunity here with Provorov, Nemec, Chauvin, and Gonchar. Your best four out there right now. A big moment of this third period.
Holding penalty to Levi Harper. Second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill of the game here for Saginaw. And this is against a 4-on-3. Gonchar from the circle. That's fought off by Stepan Sugar. The puck is loose in front and then goes back down below the goal line. Look out. Jones' skate came up there and looked like it tagged Chauvin. He's talking to the referee right now. It looks like he's all right. He'll stay in the play. Two players come out of the penalty boxes, so it's a 5-against-4. Chauvin looks to be all right. Bit of a tricky situation there. He's going to take this shot off the glove of Shurigan from the right wing circle. He gets it back. We'll see how motivated he is after that close call. Overall, down low, sticked away by Drew Roscoe. Zilkin tries to pull it off the boards. And that comes over. Now Klepov's going to turn this into a one-on-one shorthanded. Shut down by Gonchar as he's trying to go between his own legs. The only goal in this game so far has come shorthanded. It'll stay that way for right now. Into the circle. Chauvin has to pick this up off the boards, and that puck gets redirected by Klepov. And the goaltender, Paulo Frasca, recognizes that he was the last man back, so he scurries into the circle to take away any chance from Nikita Klepov. Berehowski now up the near side with 40 to go on the power play. Up the near side, Blonda keeps it alive. Just inside the blue. Chauvin poked away here by Xander Valeris. What shorthanded ideas does he have? He'll just get things in deep, maybe not as deep as he wanted. Fresh guys out on the power play here for Sudbury. Rim back in. Kostic. Stick check there by Bodie Stewart. It hops past the stick of Xander Valeris. Coughlin rolls down, throws that cross ice through the goal mouth and out the other side. This is Gensula. Throws a backhanded pass now for Coughlin. Dying seconds is that shot into the chest of Shurigan. Guided back out. Harper coming out of the box. He couldn't pick it up. And the goaltender, Frasca, throws it up the glass.
And what you talked about earlier, he almost touched that puck without being fully out of the box. That could have been another penalty if he made contact. Good job by Harper to let it go, even though it cost him a breakaway.
Broken stick on the play. That's got to be the hardest urge to fight there. Carson Harmer now throws it in front there. The backdoor tap-in was stopped by Frasca and Kluche again. As Popoy will send it down low. Kluche's got Gensula wrapped around his leg. There's a big hit there. Chase Coughlin on Carson Harmer. Sienko for Jones. Off the skate of Harmer. Popoy. Backhander for Harmer. Popoy ducks down the wall. Cuts up. Lost the puck there as he stumbled. Chase Coughlin will take over. Goals in both games of this season series. This one goes back in behind Shurigan. Pulled off the wall by Clayton. Nearly stripped by Carson Harmer. Odell takes it down the wall. Two Spirit players got to come back from the neutral zone. Henderson snapped up high. Clayton with room. Walks in. That shot gets through a couple of bodies, but not the last one. Then poked out of play over the netting. 11:45 to go in the third period. Great stops at both ends. Paulo Frasca, the most recent one to deny Jacob Kluche. And keep it a 1-0 game. Back to Saginaw in a moment.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center, a close call. Jacob Kluche on the back goal post. A perfect pass from Carson Harmer. Just can't cash it in on that far side in the skate of Paulo Frasca. They've gone off the side of the cage. 11:45 to go to D-zone draw here for the Spirit. Still 1-0 on the Chase Coughlin goal in period 2. Hanrahan closed off in front of the penalty boxes. Ewells. The Hudson Martin, the stretch pass nearly picked up in stride by Henderson. Goes into the corner there with Drew Roscoe. Blake Barnes trying to dig this puck out. Bodie Stewart between his own legs. Hanrahan there to chase it down and use that long reach. Get it in and around for Geldart, then Stewart. 3 down below the goal line for each club. Poked away from Bodie Stewart there by Martin. Gavin Ewells picks this up here for Sudbury. Goes off the glass. And the bouncing puck is corralled and given from Barnes to Roscoe. Back to Barnes again. Blake Barnes for Jensen Geldart. Had the right idea, though Hanrahan not quite prepared for that pass. Harper off the bench. Stewart off the skate of Nemec. Then back around in a falling Ewells. Needs some help here from Chauvin. Close call after the skate of Graydon Jones came up on a previous shift. He's all right. He's back out for another shift. Xander Valeris from his own defensive zone. Angled back in by Klepov. Jilkin, full flight. He was able to catch up to that puck. He's the first man to it. Jilkin rolls around. Halfway through the period. Takes a shot and he rang it off the goalpost. Oh, on the stick hand side. That close. Klepov up high again. Waits. Still. And the stick betrays him. Harper can't pick it up in the corner. Maybe another gift here for Harper. Poked away by Berehowski. Taken away here by Barabanov. Klepov, new stick. Here's a chance. Waits and shoots, and a great save by Frasca. Back around it goes. Graydon Jones has to activate. Moves the puck to Dima Zhilkin. Off the glass, out to center. Harper's got to move back. Chauvin's got the step on him. Harper just ducks the shoulder under. Gets the body position. He's got the puck now. The rookie defenseman into the offensive zone finds Barabanov. There's a collision. Klepov just rips it to the net. Nearly came back in front off the goaltender's skate from the wall. Barabanov. Top line doing what it's done all year here for Saginaw. Can they find the back of the net? This is Klepov. Takes 2 Wolves with him. Harper, one-timer sent out the other side on the stick side. Klepov keeps it alive with some help from his broken stick. Jones goes awkwardly into the wall. He'll be spun there. Doucette trying to pull the puck out from under the Spirit defender. Smith is there. Barabanov for Saginaw. And some stick checks for everybody. Henry Doucette's looking at the official like, what do you want me to do? It's in there somewhere. We can see it. The officials can see it, so play will continue. 8:50 to go. The linesman becoming impatient. So are the Saginaw faithful, and we'll have a stoppage. 8:44 here in the third. What a sequence for Klepov and a series of sticks.
You're starting to get that feel that Saginaw's waking up a little bit. They did a great job that entire possession, cycling the puck. Kind of what we talked about in intermission, give and take between finding that perfect shot and getting pucks to the net. They did a really good job of reading the situations there, and they were winning puck battles. There's a big reason that whistle was blown, because they refused to lose the battle. That matters in a one-goal game. 8:44 to go. This one just now starting to get good, it feels like, here in Saginaw.
Even at 5 shots apiece in the period, Kluche moves the puck while falling, and Blake Barnes' shot is deflected out of play. Another instance, Jack, that we talked about. The Wolves just getting sticks in the lane at the exact right time.
Would love to see shot attempts in this game, because you have to think Saginaw has more of the shot attempts. But Sudbury, the block shots have just been mounting. They have done an incredible job in keeping pucks away from their netminder.
Jacob Kluche, 4 shots in this game, nearly set up a really good opportunity there for Blake Barnes. He'll take this face-off. 4 for 5 from the dot. Gets the puck to Harmer. Jones now towards the front of the net, looking there on the back post. Guess who? It was Kluche, just couldn't get untied. He's in the blue paint right now. Brody Papoy does the work now for Jones in front. The shot gets stopped by Frasca. The rebound picked up here by Rowan Henderson. The outlet feed is off a body and then gloved down by Clayton. For Gonchar. Then up the near side, Henderson will just ramp it in. Blake Barnes for Saginaw, 8 and some change here in the third. The flip to the middle, Jones, and the head fake there to Kluche opens up some space. Papoy down the wing with speed. No more puck for him, though. Nemec will send it back off the wall. Chauvin at the Sudbury blue line. Then a bounce off a skate. Comes back to Caden Cienko and then Xander Valeris. Brody Papoy offside as his momentum carried him back in. He tried to get back. Play comes to a stoppage. And again, that's, 2 shifts in a row. Some pretty good momentum. First the Barabanov unit, then Papoy, Harmer, and Kluche for Saginaw.
Good momentum for sure, but you think about some of the plays Sudbury made in their own end there. Blake Clayton to tie up Kluche in the back post. believe it was Odell, another opportunity where there's a bouncing puck in front, and both defensemen have their guys tied up. Sudbury continuing to do the little things, even when hemmed in. 7:50 to go. Saginaw onslaught. You have to think is going to continue.
Crucial defensive zone faceoff is won by Jensen Geldart. Bodie Stewart rips the pass back up to him. Geldart cutting towards the middle. Here's Geldart. Shoots it. It's safe. Rebound sent wide by Hanrahan. Oh, out the other side it comes. Harper in the neutral zone. Valeris to Hanrahan again. And Valeris can't keep that puck alive at the blue line. Will there be more chances after that? Hanrahan wants to manufacture one. To Geldart again. Towards the middle. The return pass. Hanrahan back below the goal line. Off the right wing boards with Harper as the option. Gets the puck to him. Levi Harper. Pinball's back up high. Harper waits over. Valeris wants the one-timer. Sweeps it backdoor looking for Hanrahan. Couldn't put it home there either. Here's Valeris again. Takes the shot and his stick breaks here. He can't play the puck with it. You got to drop it there. They're going to call a penalty. 7 minutes left in the third. 1-0 lead for Sudbury. The Spirit have taken the penalty. And it's because Valeris did not drop the stick right away, or are they under the impression that he played the puck with the stick?
That was a bang-bang play for the officials. I think Valeris was caught in between trying to play the puck and not, and the hesitation made the ref call it. You can see right there he tries to use it or is thinking about using it. I don't even know if he knew what he still had left in his hand or not, but right there, just enough of a movement that can blow it dead. But, boy, you think of Ryan Hanrahan and the chances he has had tonight as snake-bitten as you can find right now, and now a big power play for Sudbury.
Valeris has to drop the stick even to be able to kick at that puck there. So the penalty will send the Wolves to the power play, and the Gonchar shot goes wide. Third Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill for Saginaw in this game. Klepov, maybe a shorthanded chance. Good stick by Gonchar. Klepov cutting back in the neutral zone. Back for Dimas Yilkin. They're out with Roscoe and Jones. Long toss back in. Off the end boards and then the goal stick of Paolo Frasca. And the Sudbury power play can start again. Chauvin twists it in. Berehowski from the corner. Bodie Stewart picks up this puck after the giveaway. Up ice, shorthanded with Barabanov. Stewart takes it himself. Here comes Bodie Stewart to the circle, putting it back in front, and it's off the stick of Frasca. Barabanov wanted to turn it towards the middle. Got to be careful not to take another penalty here. That was poked away by Barnes. Bouncing puck settled by Chauvin. Wanted Nemec. Can't find him, though. Bodie Stewart for Barabanov. Poked away. That's two. Good poke checks by Gonchar to shut down any shorthanded ideas the Spirit may have had. The patient start here for Sudbury. Against Ula. Down the wing. Might have a step to the net and a great left pad save by Shurigan. Coughlin on the rebound.
Remember that one.
25 on the power play. Coughlin gets handcuffed by Barnes. The Wolves move the puck down low. Back to Coughlin up high. Had to settle the rolling puck. Saved by Shurigan. The rebound sent wide in front. Back and behind the net it goes. Puck is pursued around by Kostic. Coughlin handcuffed again. Still makes the play. Can't get around the stick of Barnes. Coughlin back off the glass. Harmer chokes up on the stick and makes the play. Cutting back here. Throws it off of Graydon Jones. Valeris is out of the box. Klutze has this puck at center. Saginaw's killed off all three Sudbury power plays in this game. Inside 5 to go. Harper on the feed from the wall. Harper sends it over for Caden Sienko. Little trouble on the exchange there with Ryan Hanrahan. Sienko battles for it. The Wolves will flip it, but it's gloved down by Hanrahan again. He's had some great looks here in this third period. Luck just has not quite been there. Jensen Geldart from deep in Spirit territory. He's taken down by Clayton. Goes in awkwardly to the wall, but Geldart still makes the play. Gets the puck up to Brody Papoy. He gets taken down, and that one just kicked in by Henderson. As Harper has to come back through the pressure of Dean. Now Papoy just darts out of the way, some contact there. He keeps on rolling. Gotten back to him from Geldart. Papoy tried to slip the stick there. Puck comes into the left wing circle, too far ahead of Harper. He and Chauvin come to the near boards. Back underneath, there's Geldart. Another puck battle won. Now Papoy back and behind the net. Inside 4 to go. Brody Papoy rolls up high, cuts back, and his shot gets blocked on the way through by Chauvin. Sudbury tried to get it out. It was bunted out of the air by Harper. Hanrahan controls inside the Spirit blue line. Looks over his options. Lost the puck there. Chauvin trying to clear. Puck rolled up on him. Gavin Ewells now. Karahowski fumbled that direction there. Zilkin's on the pass from Jones. Martin off the wall in the Sudbury end. Saginaw sends Klepov after him. This goes down as an icing here. 3:17 left in the third. Wolves will argue. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Spirit. The silver lining for Sudbury's, they get a quick breather here. 1-goal game. Third period coming to a close. Don't go anywhere. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear. With a team that plays to win.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
.317 left in the third period.
Soar with us.
Saginaw's goaltender Stepan Shurigan is on the bench. The net is empty. 6 attackers against 5. Chase Coughlin has the only goal in this hockey game that was a shorthanded goal. Carson Harmer takes the face-off with Kluche, Barabanov, Zhilkin, and Klepov. Levi Harper, the only defenseman out there. There is time. Is there luck? Harper off the draw. Step 1 was winning the face-off. Zhilkin back to Levi Harper. Klepov from the corner, looking in front, throws it there off some bodies and out the other way. Into the corner, Barabanov takes the hit. That goes off of Harper down towards the empty cage. No icing. Close call there. That may prove to be the save of the game from Levi Harper. Tough to track where that puck was heading as it changed direction in the Sudbury end. Barabanov on through. Kluche, the shot, save, rebound, they score! Zilkin ties the game!
You just felt it coming the last few minutes. Saginaw's offense has been all over the map in the offensive zone. And who else but the captain? You knew this line wouldn't stay quiet for long. And with the extra skater, again, Kluche the shot. And that is why you go to the net. And now all of a sudden you got the building rocking, the momentum on your side, and still 2:42 to go. I love that move from Coach Lazary to pull the goalie as early as he did. Let's see what shakes out now in a 1-1 game.
Back and behind the Sudbury net, the first play after the equalizer is an icing. 2:36 to go in the third. Zhilkin hits the 30-goal mark for the first time in his OHL career. Hits 100 career points in the Ontario Hockey League. Jacob Kluche snaps a 3-game point drought. And Jack, you've said multiple times that Kluche has been one of Saginaw's best players in this game. Good to see him get rewarded with the primary assist there off that pass off the pads. Still lots of time for things to change in this game. Kluche finds Carson Harmer after he takes the check. Harmer into the offensive zone. Left the puck behind for a moment. Has to recalculate. This goes back underneath for Brody Papoy. Works his way out from behind the goal line. That goes off against Ula. Papoy gets it back. Second chance here on this offensive try. Tries to take it right to the net. Papoy gets through. Wanted to find Jones. Instead, this is Barnes. Now Carson Harmer filling in at the left point. Harmer into the circle. Takes his shot. And a glove save by Paolo Frasca as the C's part in front of him.
Think about the play that set up that offensive zone faceoff for Saginaw that you referenced, partner. The clearing attempt that was deflected going just wide of the net. And 30 seconds later on your next odd man rush, that is the outcome. That is how tight this game has been played. We're a little play like that can make a huge impact as Yules shot 180 feet to the empty net.
Off the glass. The net empty no longer. Here's a steal for Dean. Almost got around Levi Harper. 1-1 inside 2 to go here in the third period. This is Nikita Klepov. For Dima Zhilkin. Saginaw's captain. Ties the game with his 30th of the season. Saginaw now have 2 30-goal scorers on their roster between he and Klepov. Zhilkin rips this out for Levi Harper. There's a lane. It was quickly occupied by Rowan Henderson. So Harper tosses it back down into the corner. Klepov there against Yules. Clayton doesn't have a stick, but he can kick at that puck. Now this is Valeris. Back over to Levi Harper. Long shot goes into the glove of Paolo Frasca. It may have been going wide. 1:22 to go in the third. And Jack, let's try to take a second to get inside the mind of Paolo Frasca. You just see, after a long time in your own end and some really strong saves, you see the game get tied up. That shot was going wide, but the glove save on Carson Harmer from the near circle. You got to clear everything out of your mind immediately after that puck goes in the back of the net, and he did.
He's done a couple of nice jobs in the last minute 20 to bounce back. Nothing that looks like shook him at all on that goal. He has played excellent in that, as has Shurigan at the other end. Just been one of those games where every little play and detail matters. Goals hard to come by. 1-1, 1:22 to go.
Paolo Frasca, 22 of 23 in the game. Stephon Shurigan, 26 of 27. This puck back to the corner. And around the wall it comes. Xander Valera sprints after it. Gets it underneath past Blonda. Martin will take care of Zhilkin. Klepov on the back apron of the net. Now it comes back in front. Barabanov took a swat at it. That goes off a Wolf skate. Back out to center. Chauvin will carry. Closed off by Barabanov after he dropped the puck in. Valeris sends it back around for Levi Harper. Less than 60 seconds in regulation. The pass for Valeris, or for Zhilkin rather, was redirected. So Blonda is in no hurry to make any decisions here. Jacob Cloutier's line to close out regulation for Chris Lazary. Spear drop into the 1-1-3. This puck is back in. Shurigan there to play it. Tapped it calmly for Carson Harmer, then back around. Graydon Jones takes a look with 34 to go. Brody Popoy to the weak side. That was Cloutier to find Carson Harmer. The shot off the outside of the net. Daniel Barahowski here for the Wolves. That one deflected by Jacob Cloutier. Barahowski comes back the other way with 20. Into the offensive zone. Cuts back. Drops it off too far past Nula. Carson Harmer might have a step with 15. Back pressure here. Harmer down the wing. Taken away there by Odell. Back in front. Zhilkin, the shot. He scores. It's Barnes. It's the first OHL goal for Blake Barnes. And it gives Saginaw the 2-1 lead. Will you find a bigger first OHL goal in the regular season? 9.8 in regulation. Blake Barnes has the go-ahead goal.
We saw heroics at the Olympics earlier for Team USA in overtime. Stage time and place almost repeats itself for the first OHL goal for Blake Barnes. And what a moment for him. Saginaw with 9.8 seconds remaining. What a pass by Harmer. Is going to walk away and potentially steal one.
The goaltender heads to the bench for Sudbury. This play is offside. Coughlin and Zhilkin will battle. And an apology to Blake Barnes for the early identification. We thought Dima Zhilkin. Typically we see a right shot with the 7 on the shoulder. That's usually who it is. But Blake Barnes in his 61st game in the Ontario Hockey League. 7th round pick in 2024. The Corona, Ontario natives got his first in the league. And it's given Saginaw the 2-1 lead. 5.8 to go in the third. Barabanov's got to win this draw. Klepov getting ready to knock things forward at all costs. Barabanov sends it down the ice. Blonda's here. One more chance. Taken away by Klepov. Back towards the empty net. Time's going to expire. And Blake Barnes plays hero with his first OHL goal. Saginaw wins it 2-1. They will split the season series with 2-1 wins. This time, Stepan Shurigan does come out on top. They save the goals for the final regulation period again. The captain ties it. The young defenseman finishes the job. Some exciting action to start out a busy weekend of hockey here in Saginaw.
You couldn't have drawn up a better way to start your weekend if you're a Saginaw Spirit fan. How about the drama? You have been stonewalled for about 57 minutes of this hockey game. Your captain ties it, and the rookie Barnes with his first career OHL goal with 9.8 seconds to go to snatch 2 points in regulation from the Sudbury Wolves. Unbelievable theater here at the Dow Event Center here tonight.
Blake Barnes' game-winning goal comes at 19:50 of the third period. And Saginaw saw Chase Coughlin score at 19:34 of the third back in November. So late game heroics either way. 2-1 the final. You probably know who the three stars are. But why don't you come back with us after this break? We'll tell you exactly who they are, and we'll get you ready for the next one. 2-1, Saginaw finds the win. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
This is Tara Jaliga. Join us this weekend on Hey Great Lakes Bay and travel down the Great Lakes Bay Regional Trail with Brian Leckel and Mike Kelly. We talk about connecting trails in our region, providing 60 miles of continuous recreational space.
Hey Great Lakes Bay, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 4 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Mike Smith on ice fishing Lake Erie, then Dan Cook from the Michigan Wildlife Council. In our second hour, DNR biologist Chad Stewart talks about the latest moose research, then Caitlin Boone on the Master Angler program. And in hour number 3, Tom Lounsbury on all things outdoors in Michigan. Listen Saturdays at noon and Sunday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Here inside the Dow Event Center, 2-1. The Spirit take the victory over the Sudbury Wolves in a third period that Saginaw slowly but surely built momentum. 2-1 off some late game heroics. They waited to get the scoring started until inside the final 3 minutes of the third period, but it was not without chances. Klepov, that one shouldered aside by Paolo Frasca. He finishes the game with 22 saves. This one from Stepan Shurigan, among his best in the period. He finishes with 26 stops on the night. Coughlin, that one through traffic, and the rebound sent wide too. Sudbury threatening that entire third period. They were outshot, however, by the Spirit 11-7 in the final 20. And that one right there from Dima Zhilkin hits the 30-goal mark for the first time in his OHL career. It's his 100th point in the league. Most importantly, it tied the game up, and it set up a chance in the dying moments. Not Zhilkin, but Barnes, his first in the Ontario Hockey League, gave Saginaw the 2-1 lead with 9.8 seconds left in regulation. Some face-offs in the neutral zone. Elation everywhere. A little how do you do for the Sudbury bench as well, and Blake Barnes is the hero here on this Thursday night in Saginaw. Your final stats brought to you by Raymond. The one period where the Spirit did outshoot their opposition was the third, 11-7. No power play goals, one shorthanded goal, one at 6-on-5, and the one even strength goal from Blake Barnes is the game winner. We'll bring you back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Jack Snevice. Jack, it took a long time to get the offense going. 57 minutes nearly, but they got it going when it counted, and I don't think it's a surprise who got the offense going for Saginaw on that game-tying goal.
It's funny, we've been talking Olympics all night because that's obviously top of mind in the hockey world, and you think of the games we see in the Olympics and how similar this game has been to it. The USA and Sweden yesterday was 1-1 tied late in the game before heroics. That's just been the theme of the hockey world lately, has been heroics and big players stepping up in big moments and sometimes the unsung ones. And Blake Barnes, all of a sudden, like you said, you thought it was joking. You see the 7 on the shoulder. Of course, it's the captain. He tied the game. He's going to win the game as well. He was all over the ice the last 10 minutes, but it was Blake Barnes of all people. What a moment for him, his first career OHL goal. And not only that, but you think about the other side of things, Sudbury, how hard you fought, how much you outplayed Saginaw in this game to come away without a point, to start a road trip all the way here out west is certainly going to sting in that locker room a little bit. But you have to give the credit to the Saginaw Spirit. They never gave up in this game. They made a couple of key plays in that third period to keep it a one-goal game, and then you have Barnes be the hero when it's all said and done.
Well, and what did Chris Lasry say during Coach's Corner when asked about what this means? No Josh Glavin and no Graydon Jones. He said it means opportunity for the other guys. Pretty big opportunity that Blake Barnes steps into there. He gets his first goal in the OHL and ends up being the hero. And again, same thing that happened in reverse during Saginaw's trip to Sudbury. Chase Coughlin scores the game winner inside the final minute of the game. This time it's Barnes. We'll take a look at our 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Applebee's, some faces that you might recognize.
Well, it's certainly the 3 biggest names of that third period and probably the entire game. Dima Zhilkin, it took that first line a little bit to get going, but you knew they wouldn't quit. And when you need a big goal and a big moment, you call upon your first-round pick, you call upon your captain, and Dima Zhilkin delivered off the shot attempt from Kluche, who was everywhere tonight as well. Stepan Shurigan, not a ton of huge saves, but a bunch of timely saves. 26 saves for him is low for the OHL save leader, but he did a great job. A couple, too. You think of that power play with about 5 minutes to go in the third period. He came up big a couple of times to keep it that one-goal game. And then, of course, Blake Barnes, enough said there, 9.8 seconds to go for your first career OHL goal in game number 61. A storybook ending for him. And a storybook win, one to remember for sure for the Saginaw Spirit.
A puck that'll sit on the mantelpiece at the Barnes household back in Corunna for sure. And 2 points in the back pocket for the Saginaw Spirit. Blake Barnes is your Applebee's first star of the game. The road ahead here for Saginaw, well, looks a little bit easier, at least when you got 2 more points in your pocket. But again, make no mistake, the games will mean just as much, if not more. The Sarnia Sting come to town on Saturday night, 7:05 puck drop, Ice Blast weekend, Credit Union night, the chili cook-off, of course, here inside the Jolt Celebration Club here at the Dow. You can come and be the judge. And Sunday, 5:30 puck drop against the Guelph Storm, Faith Night post-game skate. Josh Bloom, captain of the, or not captain, well, at one point captain, but late game hero, while we're on the subject, late game hero of the 2024 Memorial Cup, as you may recall. He'll be signing autographs, dropping the ceremonial face-off prior to that game as well. And then the Ottawa 67s, Nick Seema, another famous Spirit alum who's gaining fame in Ottawa right now. He'll come back to town on Thursday, February the 26th against the Ottawa 67s for another 989 Connect night. You can follow along with all of the action for all those games here on Flow Hockey and on 100.5 FM WSGW. Your Applied Innovation look ahead. Lots of time at home here for the Saginaw Spirit in the month of February. 2-1 the final. Zhilkin hits 30. Shurigan stops 26 out of 27. And Blake Barnes is the hero to deliver Saginaw's 21st victory of the season. 49 points on the year. They are closing in on the Guelph Storm, who sit above them with 52 on the year. That will make Sunday quite a bit more interesting. Matthew Lester is our board op back at the WSGW studios. Andy Harrington's been riding the ship, driving the ship here inside the broadcast here in the building. Jack Snevice, my name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for all of you for being with us here on a very exciting Thursday night. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you on Saturday.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Chet's Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.